Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Tuesday, June 13th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 95. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of OTB Mailbag at 8:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? Welcome in Tuesday here on OTB. And well, Jake. Look who we're set to cross paths with once again. Is damn dirty, sorry cosplaying volunteers. The boys just love wearing mama's heels, don't they? Okay, well, guess what, son? You gonna learn Saturday night. 6 p.m., baby. You're locked in, Tennessee. Let's do it. Jake, what's up, man? How you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. I feel like you're feeling even better, though.
Well, I mean, if there's two things in this world that I love, one of them is beating Tennessee's ass. And once again, life has given us ample opportunity and the absolute best stage in which to do so. So, yeah, you could say that I'm feeling a little jacked up today. Tennessee getting by Southern Miss yesterday. I did just see a pretty badass highlight of Chase Burns striking out the end of the seventh, going 102 miles an hour. But guess what? I ain't worried about that. LSU going to be just fine. We're going to have a good show today. Talk a little Omaha. We got some LSU recruiting news in there. We got a brand new OTB mailbag, a little Saints news floating out there in the ether. No Nick Underhill today, as he's going to be out. And then the NBA Finals ending last night. Another season coming to the end, this time with the Denver Nuggets. First ever championship for the Nuggets. Can't say enough about Nikola Jokic. So we're going to run the gamut today. We're going to break it all down. But last night...
Why is it hot as the devil's lair in here today?
I don't know. It's always freezing.
It is hot.
I mean, I don't know why I decided to wear short sleeves today for the first time forever. I am glad I did.
Yeah, you lucked out. You're normally a hoodie every single day, sometimes multiple layers of hoodie, even like a hoodie with a jersey underneath it at times. Mm-hmm. Well, look, a very fortuitous choice by you then.
Yeah.
You woke up and you had a little spidey sense.
Maybe so.
A little extra
because we talked
awareness.
about it yesterday.
I still can't stop listening to the soundtrack or thinking about that movie. I gotta go see it again in theaters, hopefully.
When did you go see it?
Sunday I took Alice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I was wondering that yesterday.
Little daddy-daughter date before the game. A little 12:30 post-church before watching LSU punch their ticket to Omaha. Which, by the way, right before the show, I just got done doing a radio show in Omaha, Nebraska with former LSU coach Bill Bush, who seems to be doing fantastically. He's gotten in the radio game for fun. He said he went up there for a guest spot and then just never left. Of course, Bill, the key or one of the main reasons why Joe Burrow ended up choosing LSU, and we all know the impact that ended up having. But word on the street is, Jake, Omaha is beside itself with excitement that their Tigers are finally coming back to Nebraska.
Oh, I have to imagine. Not only, is LSU coming, you got multiple SEC schools coming, but certainly LSU is going to be the headliner for them. You've heard every business in Omaha talk about how different it is when LSU's there compared to other schools. First time in, 6 years? And now you're coming back to not just finding your way to Omaha or it being kind of a nice story or you were a 15 seed. Like, you're coming to Omaha with expectations to challenge for the title.
Yeah.
So you're going to have more LSU fans. They're probably going to have a long extended stay, or at least we hope so, there in Omaha. So, yeah, I'm sure the Chamber of Commerce up there is big Tiger fans this week.
I mean, it's kind of funny, man. I think that if you're talking about the relationship between the LSU Tigers and the citizens of Omaha, Nebraska, it has to be one of the quirkier relationships in all of sports. And I'm not the best to speak on this, right? I think Hanny, Otter, your lore masters, maybe even a Hunt Palmer, are better positioned to have this conversation, I think, to provide some kind of historical context for it. But again, it's not like these people of Omaha, they're not blanket LSU fans, right? They don't really give a damn about LSU football. They definitely don't care about LSU basketball, but they legitimately love LSU baseball. And it's the same. It kind of goes back to what Jay Johnson was talking about in the post-game press conference on Sunday night, which is that it all goes back to Skip Bertman, right? And the legacy that he established. For a decade, you basically had just a cadre and a convoy of LSU fans making that trip every single year and bringing their unique culture to a place in the country where maybe they're not used to it or haven't seen anything like it. When I was doing that interview this morning, Jake, that a lot of the questions centered around just that, the culture of Louisiana. It's a very open tailgating environment where, it's a warm smile and free food and free drinks and the insanity of fan bases bringing up RVs and parking out multiple days ahead of time. It just seems as if it's something, it's kind of the best. What's kind of funny, if I really just want to be grandiose about it, it is a lot of the best qualities of the myth of America kind of put into action, right? Because what we're always told growing up, that America's this great melting pot. And that we're all, from different backgrounds, we all enjoy different things, but at the end of the day, we're all American and we can all get along. And in many ways, that's what the Omaha and Baton Rouge relationship is like, as the cultures are probably so vastly different day to day, and yet they all unite for this very weird competition that takes place over 2 weeks. And it is weird, man, because in a lot of ways, the setup of the College World Series is not indicative of the setup to get there. Like, yes, it's like a regional weekend, but outside of that, to be a great regular season college baseball team, it's all about the 3-game series against one opponent over the weekend. And suddenly here you get to the most important part of the season, and it's like a round-robin tournament. It's double elimination, and then you get back to the 3-game series. So it's unique even in its own kind of setup.
It's a combination. It's a combination of both regional, super regional play, because it's regional play in the round robin, and then super is once you get to the best of 3 series, and we don't have another championship like that. College football playoff, it's one and done. NCAA tournament, it's one and done. If you lose, and everything that we have here in college athletics, that's how the setup is, and so it is very unique. It is a combination and a blend of 2 different tournaments that baseball has, and I was trying to explain the tournament to my 13-year-old son. He's never played. He's not a baseball. He doesn't watch baseball. And I was trying to explain to him how it's like region. He goes, okay, then we win. I'm like, no, then you gotta go super. He's like, oh, then we win. I'm like, no, then you gotta go to Omaha. He's like, what?
Tough, dude. I mean,
you gotta go through all those steps. Like, yeah, man, it's hard. It is hard to go out there. Now you have the safety net of having double elimination, which you don't have in other sports. But I mean, it is a grind to be able to get there. Luckily, LSU hasn't had to have that grind. Right, they go out there and they win every game that they've played so far in the postseason.
Well, and it is a safety net, but also it almost gives teams like a zombie effect where you think you've slain them, but you haven't, because they can come back, right? Like, even if you beat Tennessee on Saturday night, that may not be the last you see of Tennessee.
Right.
And vice versa. And so it is completely unique, the same way that the culture in Omaha is completely unique, and its relationship with LSU is completely unique, as apparently the radio boys were telling me you're already seeing the natives rocking their Tiger gear all throughout town, getting excited for their southern cousins to come back to visit once again. It's been 6 long years of wandering the desert, and now, as we said yesterday, finding their way back to the land of milk, honey, and Jello shots. And shout out to Rocco's. Tennessee making it probably about as good of a outcome for them in the Jello shot department as well.
I'm looking at some of these places, and again, great baseball teams, great baseball history, all of that. I don't know that Stanford is going to put up a high number in Jello shots.
No, Stanford's just trying to break triple digits.
Wake Forest is not going to put up big numbers in Jello shots.
Not enough people, right? What did you say, 8,000 students?
Yeah, smallest division, or smallest Power 5 program. Oral Roberts, not going to put up a lot of Jello shots.
I'm not very familiar with Oral's game, but yes, I have to imagine that it's similar to that of Wake Forest size-wise.
I was at the national championship with TCU in Georgia. There were some fans. Didn't get too rowdy, though.
TCU
so I'm not
should
sure.
go hard, no? I mean,
not sure.
Texas,
I mean, they might have spent all their money going to L.A.
Yeah.
Georgia, that was a long time ago. Probably saved up a little bit, but
yeah. And look, I don't know, right? Texas Christian, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know that.
Well, in some pockets, I'm saying it can't be, right? Because, like, what denomination is it, right? Is it like Church of Christ, where you're, like, not allowed alcohol? Is it Catholic, where you are born with an IV drip of alcohol? Like, it can go, that can kind of go either way.
I believe Oral Roberts is a religious school as well.
What denomination are they? I mean, these are the important questions that you have to ask when trying to math this all out. I mean, I'm definitely not expecting much from Virginia. They're just too highfalutin, right? Monticello, Thomas Jefferson, they're too up their own ass to get down and dirty with Jello shots.
Evangelical for Oral Roberts.
Go either way. I get that one. I feel like that could potentially go either way. Tennessee should be solid in that regard. Florida should definitely be solid in that regard. But again, I think LSU fans clearly have their eye on the prize. But it's going to be tough, man. It's going to take the boosters getting involved, right? It's going to take people like the G team calling up and buying for the bar like those Ole Miss boosters were last season. We're going to see.
85,000? That's the number we said, right?
Yes, Napkin Math said, yeah. 85K from Ole Miss alone last season. So let's see if the Tigers can beat him. All right, here we go. When we get back, let's look at the two brackets, go through the schedule, kind of your biggest concerns, get them in the chat as well. What do you think about the Tennessee matchup? What are going to kind of be the keys to beating the Vols once again? And we'll continue to break it all down here on 104.5 ESPN. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has up to $7,000 off MSRP plus 0% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right.
Me, Jimmy Ott and Charles Haniger for Live at Lunch. We're live at Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. Live at lunch, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
My thoughts were short, my hair was long. Caught somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Hunter Fournette says, how can you be religious with the word oral in your school? That's the last oral joke I'll make.
Okay.
Maybe. It wasn't my joke. I'm just reading the chat. No. Some things are too obvious, you know? I want to describe my style as subtle. But I don't know that I'm out here to. I mean, unless we play oral, okay, then all bets are off.
Yeah, someone did say it should be Oral Bob because it's Oral Roberts.
Okay. I actually really like that. I didn't even get it at first because I'm an idiot. I read that and I didn't get it. I was like, what? It's just because I think that I like juvenile jokes. That's the angle I thought. But no, yeah, Bob, Rob, that makes sense.
And that's different because you're just Bobby.
Yeah, just Bobby.
Yeah,
not Robert. Yeah. One of the little quirks of my grandfather's passing down the name Bobby Joseph Hebert, quite literally. What did I want to talk about? I mean, I'm sorry, I just got distracted.
No, it's fine.
My wife just told me that now that I've been letting her play tennis so much lately, that I have a free pass to play Dungeons and Dragons whenever I want. I mean, sorry, I can't. I just had every thought leave my head. Sorry, Jake. Help me out here. What'd you say? She just distracted me very much. I got to turn this off.
If we're taking a look at what LSU did against Tennessee as far as on the mound, obviously, because fully expected to be Paul Skenes. And Paul Skenes pitched 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 12 strikeouts. Ackenhausen came in. Now, he only pitched a third of an inning, gave up a hit, a run, and an earned run. And then Garrett Edwards came in and pitched an inning and 2/3, scoreless, 2 strikeouts. Obviously, Garrett Edwards not going to be available. But Chase Dolander on the other side, 4 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 3
Yeah, he
strikeouts.
got chased quickly. I remember that. How much did Tennessee end up putting up? Who came in after Dolander that game?
Halvorsen, Seth Halvorsen. He didn't give up. He gave up 3 runs, and none of them were earned, though. And you won the game 5-2.
Okay.
Now, when we go to game 2, you saw Ty Floyd go 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Jay Shores came in and gave up no runs in 2 innings. Obviously not going to have him available. Griffin Herring, though, it was really the first time we saw him in a big pressure situation. He had a 2-inning pitch, no hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and earned the save. Chase Burns in that game only lasted 3 1/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 earned runs, did strike out 7.
Now, look, I'm going to be talking trash about Tennessee all week long. Let's be clear about that. But also, that is a different. It's not that the names are not different for Tennessee, but what do they call it, Jake? In on the pitch, your form.
Yep.
What is your current form? That is a different form. Tennessee. That was first half of the season. Tennessee, where that's a team that was 5-10 in the SEC. Coming out of the first half of the season split before what they finish. Was it 17-13? I think they ended up pushing it to. So this is a team that has been much improved. They've been red hot. You see now that they've gone and done it the hard way, punched their ticket through Southern Miss to get to Omaha. So you did very good against Dolander and Burns and company round 1. I don't know how indicative I automatically think it's going to be in round 2. It does feel like all bets are off. This is just a completely fresh matchup.
Yeah, and then game 3 of this series, you got beat 14-7. Thatcher Hurd started that game, did not record an out.
Yeah.
Gave up 4 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. And then Riley Cooper came in, had to take one for the team. He goes 5 2/3, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, that was one of those games where, you already had 2, you already had the series in hand, and it went so awry the first inning that it was kind of like, whatever, dude. It is what it is. This is obviously also going to be different because you're going to be talking about a 1-game sample, right? Now maybe you end up matching up with Tennessee again, depending on what happens and the rest of the bracket, but it's not going to be an automatic 3-game series against him, which maybe changes Jay Johnson's decision-making a little bit. The bottom line is, okay, so that's on, and I should have answered it like this when they asked me on the radio. I think it went a little more in depth, Jake, but the bottom line is, I think you win Saturday because you got Paul Skenes on the mound, okay? And I don't care about anything else. Paul Skenes, how many starts have the Tigers lost this year with Skenes? 3?
You lost South Carolina. You lost the Arkansas in the extra innings there. Trying to fight for the 3rd one.
And then, I think, and this one doesn't really count because you took him out, but I guess Arkansas and Hoover, right? Because where you took him out after 75 pitches, and then it ends up being 5-2 because of catcher interference or whatever. Should have been a no decision, not a no decision. So the point is, when Paul Skenes pitches, you win. And so I think that trend's going to continue this Saturday night against Tennessee, and I cannot wait to send them into the losers bracket and then hopefully get to contend with Wake Forest. And look, I don't really care about, at this point, Jake, maybe people are looking at the 2 brackets and they're like, man, kind of got the bad draw here. You're talking about a traditional superpower in Stanford. You're talking about the team who clearly, statistically, was number 1 all year long in Wake Forest. Tennessee, the team that was the best team in the country last year, only to shoot themselves in the foot. Now coming back this next year with all that, maybe the most MLB talent, second to LSU in this entire thing. And then the other side, you got a 4-seed underdog story in Oral Roberts. You got a hot TCU team, but still not a national seed. Virginia's very good, as we talked about yesterday, and Florida's very good. But the point is, I don't really care because LSU wants to win a national championship. And if you want to win a national championship, you have to go through Tennessee. You have to go through Wake Forest. That's the only way that you are going to earn lifting that trophy at the end of the day. So bring on all comers. I don't care about the draw. I don't care about anything. Just get it done.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you're at now. This is supposed to be the best of the best. And the fact that you've got a 4 seed up there, you have, let's see, 1, 2, you have 3 non-national seeds there. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I can lay it out. Wake Forest is number 1 overall. Florida's 2 overall. West Virginia's 7. Like, none of that matters now. Now you're all at the same point. Yeah. Now you hit reset, and now it's a different tournament. Like you talked about, regionals is different than Supers. Supers is different than Omaha. And for the Golden Spikes Award, you have 2 of the 3 finalists. 1 pitcher, 1 hitter. Right? So you should expect to go there, and you should expect to win. You should have that feeling of, hey, no, we're the top dog. We might not have the one next to our name, but we did for a long portion of the season. And that's what I want to see. I want to see them have, and they have. So I'm not saying they haven't, the alpha energy.
Yeah. Well, and they refound it, right? They wobbled a bit as they found their bullpen and had to ask guys to solidify and grow. But, I mean, look at Dylan Cruz over regional and super regional weekends. Just absolutely incredible. As good as he has been all year long. Trey Morgan, better than he has been all year long. I mean, you just go down the list. Hunt Palmer had an incredible stat from the punch-out game on Sunday night. LSU had 9 hits. Every single player in the lineup had 1 hit.
Yeah.
Right? You want to talk about even production? You want to talk about no breaks? You want to talk about being the number 1 team in the country? And that's the other great part about potentially matching up with Wake here, Jake, is throw the talk out the window. Okay? Doesn't matter. Like, I don't, okay, we could argue till we turn blue in the face about who's the actual best team. Now we get to solve it on the field. As all things should be solved on the field. And if Wake's better than you, so be it. They've looked overwhelming all year long, but so have you when you have been at your best. And again, you still probably have the most just top line talent of anyone there. And you have the best pitcher. You have the best pitcher in the country. And at a time when a win is so incredibly valuable, especially a first game win to setting you up on the path to make the final. I don't know that there's a more valuable resource in this entire bracket, this entire tournament right now than Paul Skenes. Not Caglio, not Cruz, and I know those are everyday players, and I get it, but the ability to put yourself in what? The catbird seat? Relies on Paul Skenes' arm, and there is not an arm that you should trust more in the entire country.
Yeah, and obviously, like, you know, how he does, how he fares, how many pitches he has to throw, how much can he give you in this tournament, because he is a starting pitcher, not a position player, but still, I understand completely what you're saying, T-Bob. Someone was asking me what the lineup was in Game 1 last time you played Tennessee. You had Dugas leading off, playing second. You had Morgan batting second. You had Cruz, and remember, Morgan was playing left field. You got Cruz batting third. You got Tommy White cleanup, Cade Beloso. Then you had Bear Jones, and then you had Paxton Kling and Josh Pearson. I think
so Pearson was in the lineup.
I think Pearson had 3 at bats, and then Paxton Kling came in and he pinch hit for him. You had Jordan Thompson, then you had Brady Neal playing. God, Brady Neal feels like 2 years ago.
That feels
at
like
this point, doesn't it? So, some of the same pieces. Now, Beloso, I believe, did not.
It was 2 catchers ago, not even just 1 catcher ago. That was two men behind the dish ago.
Yeah, but then when you look at the second game of the series, Josh Pearson was in there, but he was batting 6th. And then you had Joe Bear batting, I believe, 7th or 8th in that second game of the series. And again, Brady Neal was batting 9th there. So a little bit different as far as where they're placed in the lineup, a couple of different positions. You had, again, Trey Morgan playing left field, Bear Jones playing first base. So not completely wholesale changes, but enough.
Well, and to me, it's not even just the faces that are different, though, but it's the new makeup of the lineup. Because I don't know, Jake, it's interesting, but on the surface, if you haven't watched this LSU team all year, like, let's just say you're like, it's kind of like how I watch LSU, right? I just watch LSU baseball, and I view all other teams through that lens. So suddenly, when I look at like a Stanford or Virginia, it's going to be new looking at them for the first time. Well, imagine looking at LSU right now, and they got Tommy White batting second. Like, what kind of sense does that seem to make? Because you're like, oh, wait, this is like their power cleanup guy. How did they arrive here? But then we know it's, I think Cruz batting leadoff as he went through his relative mini slump has given him more pitches to hit. He's still protected by Tommy White. You're so strong 1 through 9 that Pearson seems to be turning over the lineup more often than not. And so even though he's not batting cleanup, White is still given the opportunity with runners on. So Yeah, it's on top of just even faces like Brady Neal and Bear Jones and people changing and exiting the lineup. It is the order of the lineup that is maybe most interesting and most effective over these last couple of weeks in this 5-0 run.
I actually had Jay Johnson on off campus yesterday,
Nice.
and you mentioned Bear Jones there, and he made it a point to say, hey, let's not forget about this guy. He was a reason why we are in the position, and said, him coming in the game the other day, and I know the game was already decided, but smacking a double, like that's going to go a long way for him and his confidence going into Omaha, because he talked about him being, a bat off of the bench. And this is a guy that against Tennessee, like in game 3 of that series, he was 3 for 5, scored 2 runs in a game where you didn't have a lot of offensive success as far as earned runs. And he was a guy that went out there and produced. And he's like, if it's a lefty out there, I feel really good about sending Bear Jones out there for a pinch hitter situation. So some of those pieces that aren't there anymore, not forgotten about, certainly for Jay Johnson. And he talked about just how valuable that double was probably for a guy like Bear Jones. Being a young player, and you've been in the locker rooms, like you know how this is. Coming out of the gates, you're incredibly hot.
Yeah.
Right? And you're a freshman. You're not supposed to be doing the things that you're doing, and then all of a sudden you hit the wall.
Well, and conference play got him a little bit, right? I mean, he was just, and he was good early on in conference play, but he was astounding out of conference. Like the numbers were pretty overwhelming, and that's completely normal. That's completely normal. But you know what you do? You continue to grind. Bro, he has ample motivation and ample example to look to. Hayden Travinsky, Cade Beloso, all the guys we keep talking, Gavin Dugas, guys who were thought to have lost it that forced their way back in by finding it once again. Okay, so he can pick these brains, he can follow their example, and he can get back to exactly where he eventually wants to be again. Decade says, I've seen idiots saying we need to keep Skenes for game 2. How do you stay in the winner's bracket if you happen to lose first game because you're going to start your best pitcher? I mean,
I don't think you keep Skenes for
no.
For game 2.
What I'm saying is and even regardless of what we think, Jay Johnson has. If he's going to start him against Tulane, he's going to start him game 1. It's just a regional, essentially, right? He's going to start him game 1 against Tennessee. I would guarantee that.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other way that you can fill out your lineup card and have it turned in without Skenes sitting there being on the bump. I mean, this is a really good Tennessee team, a hot Tennessee team, a team that can certainly score a lot of runs, and we know who they have. They have a major leaguer that's going to start for them. You want to start your major leaguer against their major leaguer, and you can figure out everything else after that, because you can't assume anything. You can't assume anything in regionals or super regionals, so certainly not Omaha.
No, exactly. Again, if you start him against Tulane, you're starting against Tennessee. That's, closed book. Shut it. All right, when we get back, I do want to talk some LSU football recruiting, a couple stories kind of in the ether, and we'll continue to flow through Omaha as this show goes on. We haven't even gotten to how yesterday's game went down, a wild ending in the Stanford Regional, Texas, doing what Texas does, horns down, dropping the ball.
Oh my gosh.
More next here at OTB.
Oh boy.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. The Payne family has been at this thing for 50 years, y'all. And what that means is you got an old house, new house, I don't care. It doesn't matter what it is. A business, like an office building. They are your one-stop plumbing shop. If you're a do-it-yourself, you can actually go in the showroom. You see right there. You get all the parts that you need. But plumbing's hard. Don't even worry about it, okay? Just call Central Plumbing, 925-8552. Get the flat rate pricing, licensed, spot insured. Trust the work's going to be done correctly. And all your plumbing issues are solved with one simple call. 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
You can also go to the website, centralplumbing.org, and check out what they can do for you in the remodel game. That's at your home or your business. And also, you can check out those tankless water heaters right there. The tab says water heaters. Go select tankless, and you're going to see what we're talking about. Never run out of hot water again. 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Get 3.99% financing at Corvell Toyota in Opelousas on select 2023 models. And we also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows...
Hey, it's Hunt. Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West on the Tigers and Sharif Ishak on the Tigers. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Not the only athlete here at Jeff Davis. I happen to be training for a triathlon right now, so doing a lot of running and cycling, swimming. Well, you know all about that.
No, actually, I don't. I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
That's right, baby. We got our own Kitty Powers ready to take the mound this Saturday night. The guy who is the man because he can throw the ball faster than heck. 101, baby. Let's ride. Okay, so I get a couple of things. I do want to talk some LSU football recruiting as there's a couple news pieces. But, Jake, I think first we have to discuss Texas-Stanford last night. Now, Tennessee game, it was 4-0, just kind of run-of-the-mill. I mean, excellent pitching. Tennessee handles business. They move on. Texas-Stanford, much more exciting. A back-and-forth affair. A comeback to tie it late at 6-6. And there was a moment in the bottom of the ninth, Jake, where Stanford thought they'd hit a walk-off homer.
Yeah.
Old boy took off his helmet before having to hurry up and get back on his horse to get to second and not get thrown out. He kind of lost the ball in the white of the Pac-12 logo against the wall. Weird night. Well, eventually 2 on, 2 out. Stanford's up, bottom of the ninth. Routine pop-up. Texas pitcher's walking off the mound, did his job. He's good to go. They're going to catch it. They're going to move on. And then the panic starts to ensue. And if you find this clip, Taylor, it's fascinating to watch the shortstop starts to see that, wait, they don't have it, right? And you see him panic, and then it spreads to the other troops as each person gets infected with it, and then the ball drops. Stanford scores. Game over.
I watched a lot of this game, T, but I did not make it till the end.
Neither did I.
I was already asleep, and I woke up to about 6 of these oh no's.
Yeah.
Oh no. Here's how the game ended.
It and look, it's funny on multiple. I mean, everybody loves to crap on Texas, obviously, right? Horns down's the most fun thing to do in the entire world. Texas is a sports program that, at least in the big sports, can't seem to get out of their own way. Whether it's football consistently underachieving, their basketball coach deciding to get in a domestic dispute with his wife, being fired in the middle of the year. Now baseball losing the fashion they just did, but it is actually representative, Jake, of why it matters to be a national seed, because apparently that is not unique to Texas. Like, apparently that Stanford sky is a weird thing at night. In fact, I was reading Kendall Rogers' Twitter, and Texas A&M lost 2 balls in the exact same situation that led to runs being scored each time as well. So this is like a literal ballpark quirk, something about dusk with the lights. It's just, if you're not used to it, it is apparently, it can get a little screwy, and it got screwy at the exact worst time for Texas last night. Oh, look at the shortstop panicking.
I mean, he sees it. He sees it. So he's pointing to it the entire time. And he's like, "You got it? You got it? Oh, you don't have it." Gosh, that is. Look, regardless of
walking off.
regardless of how you feel about Texas, that is a brutal way for your career to end. For those juniors that are going to the draft, or for the seniors that's the last time they'll put on that uniform.
I mean, the only thing that's worse will always be the Arkansas drop in the middle of the 3 in foul territory, national championship on the line, catch it, you win. You don't, you now end up losing. None of your dreams come true. And now if you're Arkansas, you just can't figure it out in the postseason at all since that moment. So couldn't have happened to a better school. Poor Longhorns. But again, no, I think there is an actual real baseball take there, in that is why you want to host. One of the reasons why. It's like Scott Kushner pointed this out, Jake. I think it was it first and third in the 8th when Guidry got the big K to end the inning, kind of breaking ball on the inside of the plate. That might have been one of those home team super regional moments, right? Where you could argue maybe a ball, but Travinsky catches it. He starts walking off. The crowd is swelling. Everybody's going crazy. And the ump just kind of rolls with it. Now, if you want to say it's strike, that's fine. Like, I don't care. Maybe I'm wrong there. But the point is, there are these advantages that are gained around the edges by hosting. You saw them come to fruition. Now, though, interestingly, all that's kind of thrown out the window. And now you're on an even playing field, neutral site, who can adapt to the quirks of the ballpark and the quirks of the crowd and the schedule and everything. Who can adapt and will set themselves up for the best position to win.
Yeah, that's what we talked about when LSU was hosting. In Kentucky, being familiar with the stadium because they have played there, and would you have as big of an advantage as you typically would? Now, it ended up not mattering because you won the first game 14-0. Then the second game might have felt close, but it never really was close. And I always felt like LSU was going to do whatever they had to do. But yesterday, talking with Jay, he did mention they're going to practice at a couple of different spots. I think they're going to Creighton to practice for the first day, then Nebraska Omaha to practice the second day. Then they're going to go check out the stadium. So you try to do everything you can, T, to learn where you're going to play, a couple of different kind of situations you're going to put yourself in. If we know Jay, and like we do, like he is going to have that stadium covered as far as, okay, here's where you got to do in this situation. Here now, you don't have a lot of time to go out there and do that. So if you're a team that's repeating a trip to Omaha, like that's always going to be important as well.
But
I don't think we have one this year, though.
And one of the interesting quirks about Jay, Jake, you mentioned him kind of leaving no stone unturned, right? We know the work ethic is a thing of legend at this point, but no children, right? I mean, it sounds weird to point that out, but it is kind of a factor here where, I mean, you think about a lot of coaches, they've got a lot of demands on their time beyond just coaching. And like one of the constant coaching refrains is, oh man, it's tough to make family life and work life work. And I'm sure that is still true for Jay Johnson, being happily married and everything. And it requires so much sacrifice to make work. But this is also a man who is singularly obsessed, right? When we talked to him before regional, and now this carries over to now, and I asked him about, what's the advantage of, or what's the difference in preparing to play 3 teams as opposed to 1? And he got excited and basically just said, yeah, lets me watch more film. Like I have more work to do. And he didn't shy away from that. He seemed to be buoyed by it. Like he seemed to be genuinely excited about it his entire life. And that's the other crazy part about Jay Johnson. He loves baseball, but he didn't necessarily love the MLB growing up. He always was obsessed with college baseball specifically. That's how you end up with a 12-year-old in California wearing an LSU baseball hat. Like, it really has the feeling, and whether it's getting close at Arizona a couple of times, it really has the feeling like his entire life has been leading up to this moment and to this tournament. And all that man cares about is one day writing his name as a college baseball national champion.
Yeah, and it's been incredibly close. Been in the championship series, winning game 1, as we told you yesterday. He's been back since, but this is his first time, obviously, with LSU. So that experience, I think, is going to help, too. Like him being there, knowing kind of how to handle the schedule, how to handle the travel. All those things play a key part. And as the chat points out, Stanford was there a year ago. So last year it was A&M, Oklahoma, Texas, Notre Dame, Stanford, Arkansas, Auburn, and Ole Miss. So Stanford's been 3 years in a row. So I still think that's an advantage for them. Now they're playing the number 1 team in the country in Wake Forest, but being there, knowing the ballpark, knowing how to handle all of that, I'm always going to say that goes a long way. Now, it's not the only thing. You got to go play the game, but just knowing the ballpark, knowing how you're going to handle that situation, making sure the stage isn't too big, making sure that you don't get outside of your normal mindset, all of those things are going to play a factor.
All right, let's when we get back, let's close out hour number 1. Probably do some more baseball talk. Hour 2, we'll have OTB mailbag, get into some LSU recruiting. We got some more college football news as well. Also, NBA Finals taking place. The Pelicans in the news. Shams reporting a potential trade proposal. So keep it locked right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com is a website where you can start to explore what they can offer you. They've got some truly spectacular deals over there at All-Star Toyota. They're all on the site. If you're a military member, a recent graduate, they always have deals for you if you want to find your next Toyota. And look, whether you buy new or a Toyota certified used vehicle, you're going to get that excellent warranty coverage that makes the ownership portion so nice because your car tells you when it's going to be serviced. And a lot of times you bring it in to Tommy Wagenspec and their excellent team, and then you don't even open up your wallet because it's already pre-taken care of. It's already covered. If you don't have this customer service, this attention to detail, this care, get it with All-Star Toyota today.
Yeah, go to the website, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Maybe you're going to Omaha. Maybe you're making the trip up there. Maybe you want some more room. Maybe you want to bring your own Jello shots. I don't know. Maybe you need some more space back there. Go rent a Toyota today. Per day rental prices, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special, grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you can run the slalom. The cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like this Wall Street.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco, voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding?
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR. The matchup set will have time, date, and opponent for LSU in the College World Series. We'll start to preview it Tuesday, 3 to 6. Join us, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Riding in the drop top with the top down, so you're switching lanes, girl. Pull up to the red light, looking right, come in, let me get your name, girl. Tell me where you're from, what you do, what you like, let me pick your brain, girl. And tell me how they got that pretty little face on that pretty little frame, girl. Well, let me show you around, let me take you out, bet you we can have some fun.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Get ready for a little Omaha. As I said, I was on Omaha radio earlier this morning with former LSU coach Bill Bush, who I think may still be coaching. I couldn't exactly gather what's going on, Jake. I talked to Coach Bush, and he said that, he showed up one day to do a guest spot on this radio show, and then he just never left. That was a couple of months ago. But he said he goes there in the morning, then he goes and does whatever he needs to do. So I don't know if he's coaching anymore right now. But the main takeaway is that the Nebraskans are very, very excited to have their LSU Tigers back where they belong once again.
As they should be.
To their birthrights. I mean, for many, right? In the 90s. I know they won the 5 natties in the decade. How many times did they actually make it to Omaha in the decade? I know the other. Yeah, I know a lot of you baseball heads in the chat would.
Was this 19 overall?
Absolutely no. This is 19. Yes, this is 19 overall. And you'd have to imagine that almost everyone came post Bertman,
so here's
late 80s and
you
beyond.
want the 90s or the 2000s?
I want the I want how much. So they won the 5 natties from 90 to 2000. I want to know how many times they just made it to Omaha.
They made it to Omaha in 90, 91, 93, 94, 96, 97, and 98.
How many is that? Is it 6?
7.
7. Okay, so they nearly won it every time they made it. But making 7. Okay, 7 times in 10 years.
In the 2000s, they made it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
From 20 to 2010?
Now, see, and we were talking about this yesterday. Like, my time at LSU, they made Omaha twice. Nobody really ever talks about it because it was smoke.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're coming out the tail end of a legend, there's still a lot of kind of gas left in that engine. Even if you are declining, you could still do some special things. But the point is that, okay, yeah, so that's a lot, though. Okay, in 15 years. It's a lot of times we make that trip. That's why the two towns have imprinted on one another so much. Okay, 19 times since 1986. That was when the first one took place. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, that's oh, wow, look at this. Every 3-year recruiting class made Omaha from 87 to 2017. So 30 years straight where every 3-year recruiting class was at least finding where and then they did it, right? And then they did it.
Look, haven't won one since 2009. You got close in 17. You finished runner-up, but you're due to your standard. Like we talked about yesterday. Like right, wrong, or indifferent, bare minimum.
And so that's where this Tommy Tanks interview from after the game seems to carry a little extra weight, because you could tell how excited Tommy is to be back in that promised land.
Here with LSU third baseman Tommy White, you guys achieved the goal of winning a regional, super regional. Now you're headed to Omaha. What does this feel like for you guys to get there now?
We're putting a lot of hard work to be where we're at. And now that we've reached one goal, it's time to reach the main goal. And we're just focused on the next one. We're going to celebrate tonight, but tomorrow it's a new day, and we're going to get ready to go. That's it.
You guys really hit the ball in clutch situations in this game as well as in game one. What was it like to watch Dylan Cruz and Kate Beloso in this game just absolutely get clutch hits?
As it should be. The vets do what the vets do. And Dylan's the best player in the nation. And Kate Beloso is one of the best teammates in the world. He's a great player. And all these guys are doing what they're supposed to do, and that's just what happens.
Oh, man. Our guys fired up. Play the rest of the clip later. Hour 2 coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. and we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Tuesday, June 13th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 95. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of OTB Mailbag, so get your questions into the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, and we will answer them at 8:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Look, unfortunately, okay, I want to revisit some clips. I got a clip of Trey Morgan, his father. Chad saying there's one of Gavin Guidry and his father, which is worth playing. I definitely want to play the whole of that Tommy White clip. We got bumped up against the end of the hour. We don't have our normal clock up. Actually, I just need to bring it up on my laptop because we don't have it up in studio, so it's a bit tougher to get it right to the second like we need. No, I got it. We're good. Welcome back to hour number 2 of OTB. I think the plan for this hour right now, Jake, is I want to start a couple of LSU football tidbits. We got some recruiting news. We got OTB mailbag coming up next. And then I think maybe we slip back into baseball. And I still at some point do want to get into the Pelicans and the NBA Finals last night as the Pelicans are trying to do what the Nuggets did, being a team that's never won a championship before, finally finding their way into it. They just need to find their Jokic, which, as we'll see from some of these numbers, easier said than done. All right, Jake, so in case you missed it yesterday, we're not the biggest recruiting show here. That is kind of by design. If you're into it, good, man. I'm not here to rain on anybody's parade, right? We're all nerdy about different things, and if you're nerdy about recruiting, that's excellent. But there are, way better avenues for getting this information, be it on 3, Rivals, 247. Like, there are entire giant industries built around this. So we don't talk a ton of recruiting, but every now and then I think it warrants some attention. And, over the past couple of days, you had one of your premier members of the class decommit. That is 4-star tight end Tavion Galloway. And he just, classic tweet, whatever. I've decided to take a step back, decommit, respect,
No interviews, please.
No interviews, please, et cetera, whatever. Here's my take. Good recruits decommitting. It's somewhat disappointing, is what I would say. I understand being upset because especially if you follow this stuff and you're like watching his highlight tape and you get like all excited and all you think, oh man, like he's going to be so good for you. That anytime you decommit and then you fall in the rank, like whatever, like it's somewhat disappointing. But ultimately, there are 2 very key reasons why I don't care that much and why the impact of this is actually blunted quite a bit. The first is that, as we always talk about, Jake, recruiting on the micro level does not matter. I don't care about individual recruits, right? I care about the class. I care about how you bring, what's the breadth of the talent that you're bringing in. Are you staying competitive? Individuals go boom and bust all the time. More importantly, Jake, with Tavion Galloway specifically, he's a tight end.
Yeah.
And that's not to disrespect the position of tight end because tight end's critical to the LSU
why not?
offense.
My position gets disrespected all the time.
Well, tight end's in a better spot than y'all. Y'all kind of evolved into tight ends in many ways. I mean, right?
I'm talking about both my positions.
But I mean, fullbacks are tight ends nowadays. That's what they end up becoming. But
bad fullbacks.
The point is, it's not to say the tight ends aren't important to LSU's offense because they absolutely are. But if you're talking about Brian Kelly and Mike Denbrock, you don't have to worry about tight end. Like, they are going to be fine, right? I'm sure Galloway's going to be a great player. But again, that is the single position in which Denbrock and Kelly have proven to be able to turn out NFL after NFL player, to get massive production out of. You saw the growth of Mason Taylor last year. You look at signing Mac Markway, Jackson McGohan, Kamorian Pimpton in this last class. You still have top 100 tight end in 2024, Tradez Green committed. So that's a busy room. And so if Chaz Michaels is figure skating, Kelly and Denbrock are tight ends. So I'm not that worried about Tavian Galloway, and I wish him the best of luck wherever he ends up choosing.
Yeah, you've got the number 3 tight end in the class already committed to you, and he is from the state of Louisiana, to T-Bob's point. So, again, I don't know what kind of player he is going to end up being as far as Galloway, but this is someone that's from the state of Ohio, and that's always a little risky.
Yeah.
Whenever you go that far away from the state of Louisiana, if you can keep that player till signing day. Now, BK and staff, they have a history with having to do that, being at Notre Dame, and maybe that hit rate is a little bit higher than normal, but right now, player from Ohio wants to look around a little bit more. He still could end up at LSU as well. We have seen players plenty of times commit to LSU, decommit, commit back, sign, play here. So it's something to watch. But in the tight end class, he's number 17. And again, you have the number 3 tight end committed to you, a top 65 player in the country, 62 overall, 3rd position, as we mentioned, 2nd in the state of Louisiana in Green from East Feliciana. So that's not a position where you're really concerned. And again, maybe you get this player as well.
Now, one thing I love, though recent history has shown that maybe it's a bit foolish to put your trust in, Jake, is I love an active commit who is really helping to grow the class and doing boots on the ground work. Now, it hasn't always worked out, right? Cardell Thomas was one of those. I mean, just a really crucial piece of putting together that class for LSU, getting with friends, other recruits, and selling them on the idea. Walker Howard was, okay? That didn't exactly end up working out. Right now, he's now at Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin. But you have another guy in Colin Hurley who has been doing it, and then doing it like those 2 names I just mentioned, but even to a further extent when it comes to how obsessed the quarterback appears to be with LSU, with the purple and gold, with trying to convince other major recruits to come to Baton Rouge. And he was in town this last weekend with 2024 wide receiver Draylon Miller, who is one of those guys. He set a June 29th commit date, but he's got all the offers, and it looks like LSU and USC are particularly the 2 schools vying for his services. But I want to talk about Hurley for a second here, Jake, because he's got the Elite 11 finals next week in Los Angeles. He's a 5-star according to 247, a 4-star with the other 2 major networks. And he pulled what I call a reverse Evangel or an inverse Monroe. He reclassified from 2025 to 2024. So he bumped up to get to school sooner to try to make his dreams come true.
Joke's on you. We've had players that John David Booty left after his junior year in high school and went to USC.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind.
So throw that shade at West Monroe and Blackwell. Okay.
I mean, I think Evangel and West Monroe are both pretty
And by the way, Shreveport and West Monroe are not by each other. To those listening out there,
I thought they were, and
that.
I learned that the hard way. Planning to go to a baptism and realizing, oh my God, I have like a 5-hour drive or something ahead of me.
Well, you look at Shreveport and West Monroe about an hour and 40 minutes away from each other.
Okay, maybe it's something. I don't know.
But you're talking about going from here to Monroe, here to Shreveport.
Yes,
it's a different drive. Different drive. Just putting that out there, a little PSA. Some more recruiting news. Joel Rogers from West Feliciana. He decides to commit to LSU. This is a 4-star prospect. He is someone that looks like he's going to be playing safety in the college ranks. He's a top 350 player in the nation, 31st at his position, 8th in the state of Louisiana. So you got a decommit, but you also got a 4-star commit yesterday and an in-state player.
And Jake, I figure you're going to like this next story. I don't exactly know how to say his last name. There's a 2024 wide receiver, Kylan Billiot, maybe, Billiot, Billiot. There's a few different ways you could pronounce that. But I think this is why you're going to appreciate it, Jake. He is someone that LSU's had their eyes on, had not chosen to offer yet. He's going into senior year. Then he shows up at LSU's 7-on-7 camp, and he dominates, okay? And by the end of camp, he gets called aside, and he gets the offer from, quote, his dream school. And The reason why I think this matters is I love when somebody does it. I mean, it's not to say that, look, all offers are earned, right? Certainly. You do it because of the tape that you're putting on film in high school. But there's something to be said for being a guy that is maybe on the edge and you have to go prove it in front of the coaches, right? When the pressure's on, when you know that all the eyes are on you, and if it is indeed your dream school, like, that's what's hanging in the air. If you do well enough, you're going to get to play there. You're going to get that offer that you've always wanted. If you don't, you don't. And to perform under that pressure, I think those are guys that it's a good sign going forward. And the other part that I love about it, Jake, is you always talk about it, the last member of the LSU signing class and just the kind of crazy run of success they tend to have. Or with baseball, we talk about guys like Cade Beloso, right? Your Louisiana guys that maybe aren't your 5 stars, but they're the meat and potatoes, the kind of bones and sinew of these great rosters, the guys that love putting on the uniforms. You need those guys, and it looks like Kylan is kind of cut from that same cloth coming from Homa.
I love that. I'm going to be all about that. And there's so many stories we could give you of Louisiana guys like that, like you just laid. I mean, Jets went to camp like that. Think about that. Like, his brother was a starting quarterback. He had multiple brothers, actually, play at LSU. Another was a starting safety, and he had to go to camp, and he wasn't on the radar. Now, we got to check out why he wasn't on the radar, but he wasn't. And he goes to LSU camp, and it's like, we can't cover him. He needs to be on our team. And so they offer him there. And so I love stories like that. I love guys. And I love guys from Louisiana because it means so much to them. And you heard me tell this to recruits the other day. This is a special place. It's not like anywhere else. You do not share anything with anyone else. Every other major school you share with someone in the state that is a big Power 5 program that's trying to get the same players. Now, it might be like a Georgia situation where Georgia Tech's down right now, Georgia's up, but there's certainly been times when Georgia Tech's been up and Georgia has been down. It's not the case here. Every kid, I would say 98% of us grow up wanting to do what? Play for one school and one school only. So when you realize that dream, when you have offers, but you're waiting on that offer and you get it, it's a special moment.
And then John DeLon in the chat probably points out the best point in all of this. He says, I don't keep up with recruiting like I used to because I know the players would develop under Kelly, whereas previous coaches, most positions were what they were coming out of high school. I don't know if I agree with the latter half, but at the end of the day, worry about recruiting is definitely blunted if you have belief in the coach, right? Like if you believe in the head man that he's going to be able to get the most out of the players that you're getting, that he's competent, that he can put together the top 10, top 5 classes that you need to stay relevant, which Kelly has proven to be able to do, then ultimately, again, you don't have to. It doesn't matter that much with a Tavion Galloway decommit. So LSU still in a prime position. Excited for Colin Hurley. Although, again, if you look at transfer portal numbers, getting signed about an elite quarterback prospect nowadays kind of.
And the portal's kind of changed a lot of people's thought process on high school recruiting. It's still very important. I don't want to hate on your blue chip ratio. I don't want to do that. It's still very important.
Yeah.
But also now with the transfer portal, you can shore up a spot if you need a spot. Like, there's other ways to fill a spot. Used to, if you didn't get an offensive lineman in the class, that was a game changer, and you went a full class without having one, that was troublesome. Now you can go get one out of the portal and at least patch it a little bit.
Well, Les Miles could have used this. Like, they had those weird classes around 14, 15 where they didn't sign an inside linebacker or whatever it was for 2 years.
Yeah, that's on them.
Or something insane. No, I mean, it's awful roster management, but in a portal era, if you somehow screw that up that badly, you kind of have a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Yeah.
So you're right. High school recruiting is even more blunted in that regard because you can go get some of this talent that previously these doors were closed to.
Yeah, but still, you got to stock your roster. I love the fact that they are attacking Louisiana from top to bottom. We've talked about that before. I think 69% of this class is from the state of Louisiana. To your stat, 63% blue chip ratio in this class. And again, you lose Galloway from Ohio, but you get Rogers, a stud from Westfield. My brother coached at Westfield last couple of years, and he's told me about this kid for a very, very long time. LSU fans should be excited about him. Going to transition again. I think he kind of plays all over the place for them. Going to be a safety in college.
Hell yeah, man. So I think things are all good on the recruiting front. I would not be overly worried about the decommitment. All right, coming up next, we got a little OTB mailbag. Get your questions in. And, hey, it can be, look, it can be funny stuff. It can be sports stuff if you want, right? We don't really care. It can be anything. Use the hashtag OTB mailbag, and we'll answer it all next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, I'm happy to say we have vehicles in stock and more coming in at no markup. Don't pay over MSRP. Come on down to Corvell Toyota and choose your new Toyota today. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I had no idea you could milk a cat. I had no idea you could milk a cat.
Oh yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
Baton Rouge.
Jimmy Ott and Charles Hanniger for Live at Lunch. We're live at Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. Live at lunch, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. Right now, it's time for a little OTB mailbag. Let's go ahead and dive in.
I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
They'll be writing to you.
The internet.
What the is the internet?
Okay, just in terms of accurate reporting here, Roger Kitson says, I think they processed Galloway. He came to camp and after a long meeting was informed that maybe he should reopen his commitment, according to Shea Dixon. Hashtag go tweet mailbag, Fonz Fonzarelli. As a parent, would you have been okay with playing neck after that super win, or is that only a football thing? Me personally, I have no problem playing neck. Then again, I don't know that my moral compass is lines up with a lot of others' moral compass. And so, you know, I get it. I guess ultimately it's like a respecting, and there's enough people that would be offended by it to not play it. But me personally, I don't care. I'm always
I think Jay and Kentucky's head coach are really good friends. Now, if it was Tennessee that you beat in a super regional, turn neck up to 11. So I think it depends on who you're playing as well. One of the times that I'll remember forever is listening to Clyde and Joe Burrow try to talk our athletic director into playing neck after they beat Texas A&M in 2019.
Wow.
It was very, very close. Scott tried to get it done. Pretty sure.
Well, there was the old directive that if you played it, that the band director would be fired immediately. So it's, I don't know. It's tough, man. I think it's just, I don't know if it'll ever be allowed again.
I think it should be football only. Just my opinion as a fan.
No, I mean, it doesn't.
Come on, you tell me that student section the other night at the box. Wouldn't it, like, if that was like a villain team that you played, if you played Southern Miss or Tennessee, or man, that'd have been.
It doesn't say suck that football phallus.
It does not.
It says suck that tiger.
It does.
That's true.
We're all Tigers.
It just feels like a football.
Sport.
It just feels like a football thing. I immediately think of the neck when Joe Burrow was doing it in 2019 after Ali Highsmith got the sack in 2007 when y'all played Ohio State. I remember that neck. To me, it's just a football thing. But again, that's just my opinion.
I think it started as a football thing. I think it's transcended into an LSU thing.
Fair.
Hashtag ask our OTB mailbag. If you pulled the One Ring Magic card, would you take the $1 million or hold on to it? I'm a collector, but I would sell that thing in a second. So I'm not very passionate about Magic.
This is what you were talking about the other day?
Yeah. I remember they made they were doing a Lord of the Rings set in Magic the Gathering, and they have one ring card.
Yeah, I'd pull my hamstring running to wherever would buy it.
Well, careful, because first, if you're going to buy, you got to have a case ready to put it in immediately, right? If you want to get that full milli. Like if you're just running, no, you're not going to score 10. You're not going to get men.
Yeah,
you're going to get like 9-9, 9-8.
It ain't falling out of my hands.
Yeah, it ain't about falling out of your hands. You got oils.
I know it would look like a poster board in your hands, but not me.
You got to open that pack with gloves,
God,
white satin gloves, and you got to have one of those one-touch cases ready to drop it into, and you're ready to go.
That's dumb.
Yeah, until you get $1 million. Hashtag OTB mailbag. Do y'all know if there's ever been a school to win a championship in all major programs in back-to-back fashion? No, I'm sure no.
There's ever been what?
I think he's asking about
so baseball, basketball, football.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking
Florida
about.
did it in football and basketball.
Oh, they did same year.
Remember they went.
Well, they went back to back in basketball and championship.
They won 06
in
football
championship,
and then 06 and 07.
I say count that. If you win
I don't know
football
what they
basketball
did
in the same year,
I don't know what they
incredible.
did in baseball though.
I don't think they won. Oh, okay, never mind. Avo Marzwani says you don't grade a 1 out of 1 card. You just need a super secure case. Okay, so maybe you are okay, Jake. Just get a case. That makes sense. So actually, I guess because if it's 1 of 1 grade, doesn't. But you still want to keep it nice, right? If you're not grading against anything else, it's form's gonna be what it is.
I don't know.
OTB mailbag. What's a greater accomplishment? Getting to Omaha, the Final Four, or the college football playoff?
Oh my gosh, they're all so incredibly hard to do. I mean, baseball, you got so many processes that you have to go to. It's a sport where you can just go up against a pitcher that has the stuff that night. The Final Four almost feels like you need one game that's just luck a little bit.
It's
college
the
football playoff
because you have to be perfect. You don't get a 15 seed sneak. Like you can't be a low seed.
You
and
can't
get to the
play
Final
yourself
Four.
into it.
You can't. Yeah,
like
exactly.
in
right?
a tournament format.
Yeah.
It's all regular season and conference championship based.
So you have to be perfect for a longer period of time.
That's a tough question though, because Final Four, you gotta run the gauntlet. Very difficult.
And it's a little bit of an unfair question because football is also the least variant sport, right? Like, if you're more talented in football, you should win the game every time. Baseball, not the case. Basketball, not the case. So, but I think I would say football still.
Yeah, because we have seen it's a very exclusive club. That's why TCU making it was a bigger story than San Diego State and FAU making the Final Four, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. TCU is the bigger story.
And TCU
for sure.
is a program that, if you look at the last 13 years, have finished in the top 5, I think 4 or 5 times. So it's not even crazy that they finished in the top 5, and think how crazy the story was. So it's not like they were that far away from finishing in that position. They finished 2 in the country one year.
Yeah, that's true. Hashtag go-to mailbag. Go-to popsicle flavor.
It's a great question. I've been on these watermelon popsicles, like real fruit watermelon popsicles for a while. But if you're talking to me like, Husky Jake Kid, like go grab one out of the yellow box, grape.
I don't know that I have too great of an opinion on flavor. I like ice pops, though, But be it like the more natural modern versions or the classics, just water sugar versions. But I just like the self-contained nature of an ice pop. No mess. You drink the juice at the end. It's just the absolute best.
Those are great. Now, if we're talking about like the ice cream man, I'm going like character.
Yeah,
Ninja Turtle, Tweety Bird,
Scooby,
Batman, Scooby,
Mickey.
Yeah.
Not Scooby.
Scooby's good.
No, but that's not who I'm thinking of. Oh my God, from Peanuts, the dog. What's the dog from Peanuts? Snoopy. Thank you. Yes, I used to love the Snoopy one and the TMNT one.
Yeah, I like the things T-Bob was talking about. I call them Freezy Pops. I grew up calling them Freezy Pops.
Yes,
and
exactly.
I love me some orange Freezy Pops.
Yeah.
Oh,
Taylor?
so
I used to go either orange or cherry.
Yeah. All right, we were
Those were
just
the
kidding
two.
though. Our favorite popsicle is My High. DrinkMyHigh.com.
Well, okay. All joking aside, yes, the My High Freezy Pops are awesome, and they hydrate you. Like, I stocked up last summer with like 1 million of those for the kids, and they're perfect. Hashtag OTB mailbag. Remain standing from 3 Conor McGregor lefts or grapple with Khabib for 30-second without being submitted. Which one do you think you could personally achieve? I think I gotta say the Conor lefts, because it's not that I'm having to eat them. I can I don't know if I'm gonna be able to remain standing, but I know if I grapple with Khabib for 30 seconds. Well, I'm much bigger than him though.
You're much bigger.
But he's
he used to wrestle bears in Russia though.
Yeah.
Like,
I was just about
what
to
am
say,
I but just a bear to
dude,
him.
I cannot tell you. So Saturday Night Snack in the NFL was where the greatest conversations of all time took place. And one of them would always be a defensive end, edge rusher, thinking that he could take like 5 shots from Oscar De La Hoya and still be standing. We're like, dude, no way. There's not a chance in hell.
Would he be able to defend himself or just take 5 shots just
or like
on
that he
the
could
jaw?
last like in a boxing ring with Oscar De La Hoya or with like Floyd, because we'd always had Ricky Hatton, whoever was fighting that night. And it was always my guy, Sean Phelps. I'm like, Sean, like Floyd would hit you 7 times before you picked up your hands.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're like, you might eat some of them. You're not eating all of them. He's knocking you out.
What is the answer on Khabib McGregor?
I think it's McGregor. I just try to take my chances.
I agree.
I mean, somebody that's wrestling bears.
Turtle up.
well, and not only that, you know that everyone in this room is more comfortable standing up than trying to grapple with someone. That's the thing.
And
None of us have any training
Yes.
ground fight. I'm not saying we're professional fighters, but it's like you feel more comfortable standing up.
Well, and in grappling, you're manipulating like almost pressure points, right? Like I feel better about taking a punch than I do being put in like some sort of ankle lock or something along
Well,
those
it's
lines.
always the question. It's like, would you rather fight the shark or the tiger? And I always say tiger because
you're
I
on
feel more
land.
comfortable on land than I do
Ooh,
water.
Man, that's tough.
Easily.
I mean, you're dead either way. I don't know. Maybe punch shark in the
I think
nose,
I'm going
but
shark.
I don't
I
think so,
can't.
dude.
I
don't
think I'm going
can.
shark.
I can
I'm
run
not
better than I
meaning
can swim.
I know. I'm not running faster than a tiger, though.
No.
Well,
Either way, I'm screwed.
Then again, you never said we were fighting the shark in the water.
The shark in the water.
Stupid ass little shark just flopping around on land. I'm going to kick it in its face.
Yeah.
That's just not going to come
Yeah, I'd rather fight a shark on land than a tiger in water.
Yep. Yeah, true.
You know
actually, big true.
That is
true.
Nasty shark attack in Israel the other day.
I couldn't bring myself to watch the video. It looks horrifying.
Yeah,
you say some of the most weird sayings of things. Sometimes.
They apparently
you probably say
down and
right,
killed it.
and I'll probably say I'm wrong, but it always catches me off guard.
It was in Egypt the other day, but it is just, I don't know. I couldn't watch it because I'm like, I don't need any irrational fears like put into my head. I'm just going to, give thanks. Hey, look, that's enough. Okay, morbid. Okay, but every time I see a shark attack victim or something along those lines, I'm like, it's another stat, I'm safe for another million. Like if 1 in a million people get bit.
So you're telling me you see a story of somebody being struck by lightning, you're like, yes!
I'm just, no, I'm not happy.
Reset the clock.
I'm not happy.
I got
it. There is a reset the clock element, okay? Another bullet dodged, essentially.
Ooh, man, the ocean is one of those undefeated things, though, to me, now that we're sitting here and we're talking about it. There's a lot of things in there that can defeat me.
Yeah, it's awful.
Including just the ocean itself.
It's horrifying. Yeah, exactly. Like a riptide.
Yeah.
and then what?
But there's a reason why water's the most powerful thing that we have.
Hashtag go to mailbag. Is there a play from your history that you wish you could go back and redo that kind of haunts you?
A football play?
Yeah. I got two. Unfortunately, I hate this.
I've got
one is from Little League. First year ever playing football. We're in the championship. It's 0-0. 4th and 13, 4th and 7, 4th and 8, something like that. About 30 seconds left on the clock, and I was playing D-line, and they ran a draw, which at 9 years old, what is a draw, right? But I saw a pass. I pass rushed. They went right up the hole. Walk-off tud.
Ooh.
Lost championship 6-0. And then also in the Ole Miss game in which Les Miles famously called to spike it after big Terrence Oliver catch on that play. I had a miscommunication, and we completely whiffed our block, which forced Jordan to have to speed that throw a bit faster. And I always wonder if we could have held on another second. Could Terrence have gotten to the end zone? And maybe Spike doesn't even come into play because it's a touchdown attempt. So, yeah, those two stick with me.
I've got two. One from LSU. It's not a play I was in, but a play I wish I was in. The 4th down against Kentucky. I had an injury all week, and Coach Miles, I think, thought that we would surprise them, I think was the way he put it, and took me out on 4th down, put another running back in there, and it wasn't blocked great, so I don't really think that would have mattered which running back was in there, but I would have liked to see if I could have one-on-one, maybe gotten the 1st down, extended that game for a little bit. The next one, we're playing against the Patriots. I'm with the Chargers. I run a flare route. Phillip throws it at my feet because I was covered. He was just trying to get rid of the football. And it was a 4-pass. The referee on the sidelines doing this. Doesn't blow his whistle, but he's doing this. So I stop. Everybody stops. The Patriot coaches start yelling. And what's the guy that played for the Saints, the edge rusher?
Caught it, you're saying?
No, it hit my it went at my feet.
Yeah.
And then it hit the ground. And the referee starts signaling like dead ball. And the Patriots coaches start yelling as I'm walking away. I'm like, what are they yelling at? And what's the guy, Rob? Nikovich picks it up because the coaches tell him to. Goes the other way, and Phillip tackles him like on the 30, and they called it a backwards pass.
Ooh.
And I'm sitting there, and it wasn't.
Did they blow the whistle?
I don't know if they did, but you can clearly see on the replay the referee doing like this, and another referee doesn't make a signal, so I stop, and Nor was so mad at the referees, but I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the ball, and I see the Patriot coaches kind of acting crazy, and me and Rob are both kind of sitting there like, what are they doing? Or whatever. He was about 7-8 yards away from me, and all of a sudden he just runs and scoops. I'm like, oh, you know what? And I just start chasing. Dude, I get blindsided. Phillip chases him down. They held him to a field goal, but we lost by 3.
Oh. Not trying to take a shot at anybody here, but Nikola let Rivers catch him.
Oh, yeah. He hawked him down.
That is a good point.
Rivers is a great quarterback, not the fastest guy in the world.
No.
This is a little surprising.
Phillip's a little bit faster than you think, though.
Really?
Yeah, he's probably like a 4.8, 9, 4.8.
That's probably about what Ninkovich was then.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for OTB Mailbag. More of the bench. Maybe talk a little Pelican, a little NBA coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
225-206-1517. Guys, girls, I want you to remember that number, 225-206-1517. That is Thomas. Email, cell phone number, Thomas. Email, works at Riverlands Insurance. Riverlands Insurance is a Louisiana insurance company, Jake, that is one of the fastest growing insurance companies in the South. It was named Best Place to Work by Insurance Business Magazine in 2022. Because they're from here, they understand the idiosyncrasies of this market, okay? And I don't care if it's home, auto, business, any type of insurance, they're your one-stop shop. You call the number, they do the shopping for you, they put savings in front of your face, you agree to it. It's that simple. Save yourself hundreds to thousands of dollars today with Riverlands Insurance.
We told you earlier, like obviously we're on in Shreveport, and West Monroe is not next to Shreveport, but it doesn't matter when you're talking about Thomas Email because he can save you money in both spots, anywhere in the state of Louisiana, Alexandria, Lake Chuck, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, anywhere in between. Call today, 225-206-1517.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West on the Tigers and Sharif Ishak on the Tigers. On Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
T-Bob, I know that Corn Hub is a big part of your life now, and you are T-Cobb.
Yep, and you are Husker.
Yes. But I feel like you're going to maybe like the entire athletic department and not just football. And so there could be,
I can see it.
There could be some big news for Nebraska. Oklahoma pitcher Jordy Ball, who was their stud pitcher, won all those games in a row. I mean, she was a key piece in the circle and won back-to-back national champs. She's transferring to probably Nebraska.
Wait, how do you get the best pitcher from the best team who has multiple natties to want to leave to go to a sub?
Wants to go back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, kind of accomplished everything she could.
Lincoln's not far from, obviously Norman, Oklahoma, but wants to go back home, says there's things she wants to do for her home state. And there might be some family things going on. That's kind of the reports. Nobody really knows right now, but certainly a shocker in the softball world that Jordy Ball, who's the best pitcher in the country, certainly the most accomplished, is deciding to transfer. And when she says go back home, everyone just assumes it's going to be Nebraska. So there is your Cornhusker report here on
Hell yeah, dude. Little Corn Hub kernel of the day. Also, I've been meaning to read this, but Greg LeMond sent me an excellent Reddit thread on the college football subreddit that I have not read over yet, titled Corn Wars, unveiling the superiority of Nebraska corn over Iowa corn. So don't worry, we'll get you that breakdown a bit later on. So look how weird the colors on the TV today. I am looking extra pale and creamy today. Like, I know this thigh shows up and y'all are always blown away, but I look like a ghost.
I mean, I even look pale over there.
I look ethereal. Yeah. I look like if you were to touch me, your hand would pass straight through. Like I should be able to spy on you in the shower. What is going on here?
Why the shower? That went weird.
Because that's what you do when you're invisible.
You spy on people in the shower?
Yeah, you do like voyeurism stuff, right? I mean,
I was thinking you like rob a bank.
Yeah, still going to be hard though, because how do you get in the bank?
You just slide in when they open the vault.
Yeah, but then
you slide back out after they open it up. They open it multiple times a day.
But like food's not invisible that you would bring. Do they open bank vaults multiple times a day? I wonder. Like how much cash is actually being moved to the bank?
Like 9 a.m. they open it and then they close it and then they open it again like at 4:30 before they close and then close it again.
I mean, okay, to your point, if you were to go invisible, you would scout it out in invisibility for a few days, right? So you would start to get used to the rhythm and everything. But you know it's way easier than that. Just walk into someone's shower, Just watch it.
Don't have to worry about motion sensors.
God, I don't love that. I don't love that that's your answer.
You do have to worry about motion sensors because you're still solid.
I love that you didn't go.
I
don't love that you went there so fast either, Mario.
Right, like you would still trip your garage if you were walking out and you cross. Even if you were invisible, if you cross over that little laser line, the garage is still going to crank back up. So, I think there still are concerns there. Now, granted, let's say the alarm goes off and you're stuck in there, I think you should be fine because when they come in to get you, you just got to be a little shifty.
Yeah.
But you can kind of dodge your way out of there.
Yeah.
Would the alarm still go off, though?
I think if it's a laser alarm, yes. You're not incorporeal.
But then they don't see anything. They're like, oh, it must be a glitch. Let me turn it off.
Wouldn't it be like a motion detector type thing? And if you see through, then no motion shows up, right?
Well, I guess we're talking about two different things. I'm thinking of lasers.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like laser, your classic laser, spray.
Oh, like security thing.
Spray. Like the thing in your garage. When you open a garage, you got the laser on the bottom. You got to hop over when you press close. If you don't, it goes you would still trip that even if you were invisible. I think. But then again, if you're invisible, are you just bending light around you? So in that same way, is the laser bending around your leg and still going through? I can't believe y'all never had the invisible shower.
I don't know.
No, that's like the last thing I would do. I'm trying to get some money.
I mean, it's definitely problematic for sure.
I might, I don't know.
Sexual assault.
I want to change that because it feels like it's going down a path that we don't need to go down. Pegasus inside of the Bayou Ford chat. If I gave y'all 5 chances for a milli, would you rather kick a 45-yard field goal, shoot a full court shot, or hit a home run in the box?
Give me the full court shot all day. I know
that'd be the last for me.
I know I have the strength necessary. It's just about getting it online.
Like I can kick a field goal. My soccer days come into play. 45 is a bomb though.
Yeah, field goal would be last.
I've hit a home run in the old box. We played a game there. So I feel like home run in the box would be
Now, is it like
my go-to.
batting practice or is it like game home run?
No, I'm
'Cause
saying
there's
batting
a difference.
I'm saying batting practice.
Because
So
like, if you get a hold of one, like I feel like
yeah,
you
no,
get
I can
maybe
do that.
There's a lot of technique involved, even if like you're somewhat strong.
MLB ball and bat though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think
So
the
wood
45.
bat.
So you're
I'm
kicking
gonna
from the
go
35.
No.
I think that because it's a 45-yard field goal.
If you got a holder, no.
I'm saying no. You're kicking from the 35, then plus the 10.
Yeah.
Like
In
you
the
just
end
put it
zone.
on a tee and not a holder.
Oh, no, either way. I'm
Because
saying
if the
holder,
ball's on the
whatever.
35 in the game, then that's not.
Yeah, that's a 45-yard. No, I'm not talking about line of scrimmage. I'm talking
You
about
said
the
when the
holder
ball
being on
snapped and held,
No,
the
the
ball's
ball
on the 35.
held on the 35. That's a 45-yard field goal.
Yes.
Correct? Yes. That's. I'm kicking it from 30. I'd have to do that.
Always at 17 yards from because I go holder.
Yeah.
And then the
No,
end
I
zone.
feel that. No, I used to be able to drop kick from the 35. So I think I could have a chance at that for sure. That's how I try to win. God, I'd be so salty after I screwed it up though.
Gosh, I don't know. Full court shot would be the last.
That's impossible, Mario. So like not even NBA players hit full court
I don't think so.
shots.
No, but we've seen clips of like guys winning $10,000 and hitting one
Half
at a
court.
game. Yeah, what we're talking about, full court.
Talking about full court, Mario.
I'd go home run.
It's just
for sure.
I think I might go home.
I would do
I
full
would go
court,
home
and
run.
I'd do it like soccer throw-in style, where they do the front handspring, then I'd make it, and everybody go crazy.
You can get it
I've
there.
tried kicking. I'm terrible. That would be the last for
Well,
me.
you can still get it there with your chest. I feel like the first two shots would be like feeling it out, but it's still more feasible.
No way
There's
you're
no
getting
way,
full court
Mario.
with your chest. Like
Literally
this?
no way.
No way.
You'd have to like.
I think
football
I'll
throw
bet
it.
you.
Yeah, you'd
I'll
have to,
bet
like,
you
launch it.
$100 that you can't chest it full court.
I could hit the goal. Let's go into P-Mac.
I want to see this because that's.
I could at least hit the goal.
I don't even know if I could full court chest it.
I don't think I could. Actually, I know I couldn't.
100 feet, 94 feet.
Nope.
Is that far of a distance with a basketball?
You're not going to do it like you would shoot.
I'm going field goal. Field goal or home run.
you
They're
got a
pretty
Sean
close,
Marion
but I'm gonna lean
Yeah.
on my soccer career. The wood bat, don't know. Metal bat, I've done it. Wood bat changes
Hey,
things.
get that Marucci, dude. When I did batting practice with Marucci in Yankee Stadium that one time, I hit the wall and bounced one over.
Okay, that
Didn't
feel
quite
good
get
about
one
it
out
then.
then.
I've seen you at the celebrity softball game.
Okay, relax. I've been having the most random urge to go to a batting cage lately. I don't know why. But like, what am I gonna leave my kids and go to batting? I can't really like swing it.
I'm
but
pretty
I
sure
want to
that,
sometime.
no pun intended, I could swing us getting batting practice at the box.
That'd be very fun.
I'm down.
Very fun. Maybe in the off season. See
Just
how
for
we
the
do,
experience.
boys.
Just
Yeah,
content,
that'd be
too.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to break. When we get back, we'll close out hour number 2 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR. The matchup set will have time, date, and opponent for LSU in the College World Series. We'll start to preview it Tuesday, 3 to 6. Join us, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Mari, Taylor hanging out with you today. Nuggets, world champions, man. First time in franchise history. For owner Stan Kroenke, it means all 4 American teams that he owns, the Avs, the Nuggets, the Rams, and some random lacrosse team have all now won championships the last 2 years. Oh, and Arsenal got second in the Premier League.
Arsenal was close.
And don't forget that Kroenke now basically owns the Broncos. I think it's like his daughter and one of the Walton members got married. It's a combination of Kroenke and Walton, 2 American oligarchs now, buying Denver as well, but screw him because it's all about Nikola Jokic.
I used to like when an owner would own like the Nuggets and the Broncos and the Rockies, like all in the same city.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, we got a little bit of that here with certainly with Miss Gale owning the Saints and Pellies, but yeah, man. I mean, Jokic, he's just unbelievable. Lowest ever drafted NBA MVP or Finals MVP, which I find to be a bit shocking, right? Just because, I mean, he was drafted 41st, which is mid-second round at that point, but it just shows you how...
That's just the hit rate.
Yeah, exactly, right? It shows you that in basketball, they kind of do know who the best players are going to be. Like, you can find gems, you can still find undrafted gems, you can find second-round guys, but how wild is that? There's never been a Finals MVP drafted lower than 41st overall. Shout out Nikola Jokic.
You figure like, Big Game Bob found his way after hitting like 2 game winners in a series
nope.
to be able to get it.
Yeah, Jokic drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. The draft broadcast
yeah, that's the best.
Wasn't even playing. They were in a commercial, and it was during a commercial for one of those burritos that they don't even sell anymore.
T-Bob, me and you were talking about this the other day. Johnny O'Bryant was drafted 6 picks ahead of Nikola Jokic.
How about that?
He was drafted by the Bucks at 36. But if you think about it, what if the Bucks would have actually drafted Jokic and they'd have had Jokic and Giannis?
Yeah, that'd be, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what that team looks like.
I'm sure that's a conversation in Milwaukee.
So that man now, who you just Taco Bell and everything, just became the first player in NBA history to leave all players in points, rebounds, and assists in a single postseason. He's the first player in history with 500 points, 250 rebounds, 150 assists in a single postseason. He's the second player ever to average 25, 10, and 5 in 4 series in a single postseason. He's the third player to ever average 30, 10, and 9 in a single postseason. He's the fourth player in NBA history to win the franchise's first 2 MVPs and first Finals MVP, joining LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's the fourth center in NBA history with multiple MVPs and Finals MVPs, joining Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and Moses Malone. I mean, the list goes on and on. He had 10 triple-doubles this postseason, which is the most all-time in a single postseason. He joined Shaq, Larry, Cedric Maxwell, Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as players to record 25 and 15 while shooting 75% from the field during a fight. He's one of the all-time greats. I mean, or he will be when it's all said and done. And again, the Nuggets don't look like they're slowing down. And my favorite part after the game last night when they asked him, "Hey, you finally won a championship. How's it feel?" He said, "It's good. It's good. Job is done. Now we get to go home." Okay, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Got to have the parade first, which he didn't seem thrilled about. That man's ready to go home, be with his horses.
I was about to say, yeah. He's ready to get out of the limelight, it feels like, and just go be him.
I love these quotes from the 2014 Nike Hoop Summit when he's a young man and they're asking him what makes you good. He says, "I play basketball as simple as I can. I don't jump high. I don't run fast. When I'm open, I score. When I'm not, I pass." I mean, there we go. That's all you have to do, guys.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
If you're open, score. If you're not, pass.
Brilliant.
And I mean, that's it. It's that simple.
Or if you're sick, go to Patient Plus.
It's that simple. Patient Plus Urgent Care, PatientPlusUC.com. They're always open for you, so don't pass them up. Head on in. Walk-ins always welcome. If it's your first time going, anytime you go to a new place, you'll create your profile. The difference here is it's not paperwork. You're creating a digital profile where in the future you just sign in, one touch of a button. All the confidentiality and everything obviously the same, but it's a convenience and a system that other places just don't have. And you're going to see that extends into the building. The investment in the facilities is second to none. And that investment gets passed on to you. You reap the benefits. You get in and get better. So for life's unexpected moments, you want Patient Plus Urgent Care.
Yeah, they're all about convenience. They're going to be convenient for you in an inconvenient time. Go check out a location near you in the Baton Rouge area. You can go to PatientPlusUC.com. Book that appointment today. PatientPlusUC.com. Get in and get better.
Bayou Ford has up to $7,000 off MSRP plus 0% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Tuesday, June 13th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 95. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, including a new edition of OTB Mailbag, you can now catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. And you can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTB OT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo. What's up, y'all? Hope you're having an excellent day. Hour number 3 of OTB said to get underway. We say goodbye to New Orleans. If you're watching online at youtube.com/1045ESPN, hit the like button. Also, subscribe to OTB Saint. Subscribe to OTB LSU, where all that stuff goes up. Check out 1045 ESPN on Facebook. That's where all the baseball talk gets put. It's so annoying how we have to kind of bob and weave in so many weird buckets because of the things like the algorithms that rule our existence. But, this is what we have to do. But the video team's doing a great job here of making sure that everything is there for you. So, if you want to support the homies, it's one way that you can do is just hitting a simple sub button and, thumbs up, bell for notifications, etc., etc. Also, subscribe to youtube.com/@volumesnaps. Okay?
Bro, I know you did not just use this.
What? What are you talking about?
I thought you were about to say, subscribe to something we were doing.
No. I'm trying to. We're right on the edge of 1K. We're going to hit 1K by the end of the day and then push to 2K. Okay? I'll do a giveaway. I'll send a topless picture to our 1,000 subscriber. Okay? You're welcome. So,
of you?
Hurry. Yes, of me. So, hurry. I'm almost topless right now. It's not that far off. So hurry to your computer and do so, please. Also hit the like button on this video right here. Coming up on this hour, I'm guessing we're going to kind of bounce around a little bit. I got a couple of LSU baseball videos that I want to play from after the game the other day. Tell you if you want to get that Trey Morgan and his dad moment ready. We can play the Tommy White thing in full now that we can revisit that. Maybe a modicum, maybe a dash of Saints news to be sprinkled in around 9:15. LSU ending up on the top 10 defenses in the entire country list, Jake. I haven't had a full chance to dive into this wholly and fully. This comes from ESPN.com. Where did they rank LSU on here? Because I don't think that I I don't think it's odd, man. When I think of LSU's defense, I don't think of them as being a top 10 group in the entire country.
LSU came in at number 8.
Okay.
On this list.
Okay.
So they made the list, and it talks about having a healthy Mason Smith, having a returning All-American next to him in Mekhi Wingo, and having maybe the most versatile defensive player in the country in Harold Perkins Jr. Now,
True.
I think it would actually rank higher if you didn't have question marks in the secondary, but still, a lot of people believe this is a top 10 defense, and it's hard to deny when you're talking about having an All-American in Wingo, a potential All-American in Mason Smith in the middle of your defense. Also, Harold Perkins is going to be in the middle of that defense because he's going back to more of a traditional middle linebacker role. Not to say that he won't line up sometimes at edge and be very creative, but and then also you have a All Pac-12.
Tell him. Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
I was like, oh no, did I not read?
No,
and Omar Spates is going to be next to him. He was an All Pac-12 member. He was a captain for a very good 10-win Oregon State football team a year ago. Go back and watch the USC film if you want to see exactly who Omar Spates is. So the middle is strong. Now, the question marks are going to be defensive back, like we talked about, corners and safeties, and edge rusher. Now, you've got a lot of candidates to be that edge rusher. You've gone and gotten players from Oregon and from Texas and high school ranks, but you don't know. You've had B.J. Ojulari over the last couple of years, second-round pick. You knew what you were getting with him. So that's going to be the question. And the last thing that you want to do is you're not getting pressure on the quarterback, so you feel like you have to maybe move Harold Perkins from where you want him at that Mike backer to being more on the edge like he was a year ago. They want him to play right there in the middle of that defense. So you need somebody else to step up and take over that role.
In terms of secondary, Jake, I did see a bit news yesterday. Deuce Chestnut officially qualified. I don't know what the story was exactly there. Maybe there was something going on academically. We had to get credits to transfer one thing or another. But he took to Twitter yesterday to say that he is officially good to go. That is the all-conference Syracuse cornerback that will look to be one of the guys potentially.
So you're counting on transfers. You're counting on Syracuse, Texas A&M, and Ohio State in that corner room. Now, you've got some talent. How's that talent kind of blend itself into
where's Welch from again, though? Terrence Welch, remember where you're saying?
Louisiana.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, okay, I thought so. Yeah, he's in that mix, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he played incredible in the spring, certainly the spring game against the ones.
Yeah.
He's a little bit longer than I thought he was. Now you've got Greg Brooks coming back as a veteran safety, so you feel good about there, but you probably need one more player to step up and kind of take the reins there. You've got talent. You've got guys that have done it in other places. You just never know how it's going to work when you put it all together. So that's going to be one of the big question marks is the defensive backfield. Again, you have pieces. How do you place those pieces, and does it come together as a full puzzle?
Yeah, and kind of underrated portion of this is Matt House, right? Matt House, year 2, another entire year on task, getting to know this staff, getting to know his players. I think his results in year 1 were fantastic. Right, and so you would just expect as he gets, reacclimated again and another year of experience being the defensive coordinator, and those relationships get another year of growth and everything else. Like, yeah, I think the potential of this group is very high. Even if in my head, I don't know that I had them in my head as like a top 10 team. What other teams from the SEC found their way into this top 10, Jake?
All right, so I'm going to quickly go over the list. Surprise, surprise, Georgia number 1 on this list. No surprise here. Michigan, number 2 on that list. An LSU opponent, number 3, Alabama on this list. Penn State comes in at number 4. Clemson at number 5. Iowa at number 6. Another LSU opponent, Florida State, comes in at number 7. Yeah, Florida State's got a lot of people returning. I mean, they've got one of the best defensive ends in the country coming back. They've done a really nice job. They went in the transfer portal and added some pretty primetime players. Guys decided not to go to the draft, so that's not a surprise for me. Another LSU opponent comes in right behind them, Texas A&M at number 9, and Wisconsin rounds out the top 10. Others receiving votes, Illinois at 11, Air Force at 12, Utah at 13, NC State at 14, Kentucky at 15, Ohio State at 16, and Oregon State at 17.
Okay.
Illinois had the best scoring defense in the country last year, but they did lose a couple of pieces.
Air Force, huh? Like that, dude? Florida State. All the more fascinating for that week 1 matchup in Orlando. So much on the line. And this also comes in the same day in which we have another article in this document talking about how Jaden Daniels should be kind of one of your sneaky potential Heisman plays. Like if you're looking for value. I know Aaron Murray's been high on the Carson Beck value, which does make a lot of sense, right? Because Beck's going to have an easy schedule. He'll smash stats. Like he'll have a pretty good chance of winning championships. So he's not a bad kind of Heisman long odds guy to take if you're just looking for value. But Jaden Daniels as well, if you just want to throw a couple shekels on it and see what maybe happens, like I think that's a legitimate play as well.
Man, there's so many storylines that go into that first game against Florida State down in Orlando. You've got two teams that if they win that game, you feel like their national championship odds are going to go through the roof compared to where they're currently sitting. Yep. Now, Florida State's got two very tough games in their first four. They got Clemson, I believe, on the road in game number 4, but also quarterback storylines. You've got Jordan Travis, you've got Jaden Daniels that are kind of fighting for respect. Like, I think everyone knows that they're talented, but on these lists, like, you'll kind of see them in a tier below some of the other top quarterbacks. I think they both fully belong in that top tier. And so, like, they have kind of like this battle between each other, even though they're not going to be on the field, obviously, at the same time, which quarterback is going to put himself in tier number 1 of college football. So, I mean, just storyline after storyline. The way the game ended last year with the blocked extra point, there's going to be some motivation. You've got a lot of players coming back for both teams. It is going to be as hyped up of a game 1 standalone Sunday night game as you can possibly have.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those life is stranger than fiction. Script writers couldn't create a better setup than what you're going to get. I kind of want Jaden Daniels to take some of the steps that you saw Jordy Travis take at the end of last year. Like, I know that Daniels had a stretch there where he was as good as any quarterback in the country, but Jordan Travis led the country in QBR for the final 7 games of the year, right? After they go from 3-3 to 10-3, he had like a 91-1 QBR, which is so hard to do. I mean, it's such a brutal metric. You got to be hyper efficient. You got to be pushing the ball downfield. See if Jaden Daniels can do that as well. All I know is I cannot wait, and how exciting it becomes. Think about that. We just did a segment talking about LSU having a potential top 10 defense in the entire country and a potential Heisman candidate at quarterback. Okay, that speaks to what this team can be. There is a lot. I mean, that's 2 of the biggest boxes checked right there. All right, when we get back, let's play some videos from the box. Maybe take a look at Omaha, see where else it goes. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Turn my music high, 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 high. Yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets with a hood to swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like this Wall Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Me, Jimmy Ott, and Charles Hanniger for Live at Lunch. We're live at Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. Live at lunch, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
So we have two broke girls on in the studio, and they're hosing some young piece of meat down while he takes off his shirt. But a joke was just made. He's like Susan Boyle, but without the star quality. It's kind of funny. Do y'all know who Susan Boyle is? Do y'all remember? Does anybody know? Does that ring a bell? I guess it's just funny because, like, you know, that's a pop culture reference that I wonder how many people actually remember it.
I mean, I know. Who
You
that
remember?
is. Yeah.
Okay. You boys don't remember?
I got nothing.
Was it Britain's Got Talent, Jake? Which of the Got Talent shows was it?
It was one. I mean, Simon was on there.
It was Britain's.
Yeah,
I just Googled her. Okay, yeah, one of the early.
She was from Scotland, I think. So from Great Britain, but I didn't remember if it was American or not.
Can you hit the video? Do you have the performance? The Susan Boyle
I'll look for
performance?
it.
Try to find the first one because it was one of those early viral videos. Let me know when you have it. Jake, you have a fun little game here. Picking Power 5 conference champions, but with a twist. You can't choose the team that won its conference last year. So in the SEC, no UGA, AC, no Clemson, Big 10, no Michigan, Big 12, no Kansas State, Pac-12, no Utah. Let's go down the list. SEC, no Georgia. Who's next in line to take the crown?
Yeah, so you can't choose the one that won it before. So if you're listening and you're catching us in the middle of it, don't yell at us. We're taking one team off the board in every conference, and this is going to feel like a homer pick, but I think if you pulled 100 media members, this team would come back more than any other team, and that would be the LSU Tigers.
We just talked about top 10 defense, maybe has a quarterback. I mean, you would either choose LSU or Alabama, and Alabama's replacing quarterback and coordinators and everything else. LSU is returning quarterback coordinators and everything else. So, yeah.
I think at media day it's going to be Georgia, LSU, Alabama, Tennessee in that order.
I agree. I think Texas A&M. I bet you Texas A&M ends up right outside that. I'm not 100%.
Well,
but
you know,
I wouldn't
depends on how many swing votes Billy Lucci can get up.
That's
our
true.
guy.
He is pretty powerful.
Very now he is.
So ACC, no Clemson. I mean, Florida State. That's easy.
That's easy.
It's one of the random years where that's easy.
Yeah, it is, because that's the only other team that I think has that kind of championship type mindset and ability to go out there and actually do it. Like North Carolina's got Drake May. The rest of the team, I think, is okay. I think like 9-5 last year. If they finish 9-5 again,
they play so many
I wouldn't
games.
be surprised.
9-5 just feels like a lot of games. I know other.
They play in the
teams
championship
also
game,
play,
and then.
Yeah, I know other teams also play 14, but still.
9-5 looks weird.
Yeah, it looks. It's not because you don't normally play in championship games if you have that many losses.
Right.
Big Ten, no Michigan. I'm just gonna go chalk Ohio State. You could maybe try to go with like a Penn State.
I'm going to go with Penn State.
Okay, there you go.
That would be a top 10 defense. You've got a more athletic quarterback than Sean Clifford. No offense to Sean Clifford. He was there for a long time. It ran his course. And now you've got a top recruit in there. You've got a backfield that's got a couple of studs. And Ohio State would be the easy answer here, but I like Penn State. They finished last year winning 5 games in a row. They showed that they can play bully ball against a bully in Utah in the Rose Bowl. It just feels like this could be a year where Penn State finally takes that next step. They finished 7th in the country a year ago, 11-2, same record as Ohio State. Ohio State starting over at quarterback. Penn State's quarterback did get some time a year ago when Clifford was out. I like Penn State.
I mean, again, that's all fair. I did enjoy a clip from Millar talking about what he learned from Clifford and talking about learning toughness and everything else. We'll see.
Allers is somebody that was like a high recruit as well. Like they haven't had one of those guys in a while.
No, I agree. He's supposed to be their savior. The Big 12 is maybe the hardest to choose of the bunch. No Kansas State, but I have no belief in Texas or Oklahoma, who should win the conference, but I don't think they will. I mean, even Texas Tech appears to be very good now. TCU is certainly going to have something to say.
That's where I'm going. I'm going TCU. Look, Texas and them supposed to be A, B, and C, and they are not. They're D, E, and F. I'm over that until they prove me wrong. Oklahoma, they've got more issues than Bogue. I'm not going Oklahoma either. I'm going TCU. TCU went 9-0 in this conference last year. Now, they didn't win the conference championship game. That's why Kansas State is not a selection here. But you have your quarterback back that was the starter in Chandler Morris before he got hurt and Max Duggan comes in and takes over. You go get Kendall Briles from the SEC, somebody that a lot of people wanted. So you replace Garrett Riley. Yeah, I mean, that's a big move for them to be able to replace a coordinator that left and went to Clemson. I think Sonny Dykes is a hell of a football coach. You've gotten transfers from JoJo Earl from Alabama. You've got Jack Bash from LSU. You've gotten some real transfers coming in to Fort Worth. I don't think that the Big 12 is going to be represented in the college football playoff, but I like TCU to win the championship.
Yeah, TCU's hot right now, too, just in all sports. So, okay, I like Horned Frogs there. That's where I'll go. Not really. I'm going Kansas. Let's go, boys. Jalen Daniels. Are you ready? Jalen and Jaden going to take over. Pac-12, you're not allowed to choose Utah. Jake,
It's easy for me.
Washington?
Yep. I'm not going to your little Trojan team. I'm not. Until they prove to me that they can stand up to a bully, which they haven't yet, I'm not going to choose them. I think Penix is a quarterback that is a first-round quarterback, him and his head coach. They've done it at Indiana. They've done it at Washington. They are better together. Washington is a team that when you look at them, I like their mentality. They play tough. They won their last 7 games last year, including a bowl victory against Texas that was not close. They've got 2 All-American receivers. This is a team that is set up for success, and they're set up for it right now. When you look at their schedule, it's difficult. But everybody in the Pac-12 is going to have a difficult schedule.
Year. A lot of good quarterbacks.
Listen, I mean, you had Washington finish 8th, USC finished 12, Utah finished 10, Oregon 15, Oregon State 17, UCLA 21. Washington State was 7-6 last year. Who in the hell knows what Colorado is going to be, right? It could be middle of the pack. It could be at the top of the pack. I have no idea. That's a great unknown. But I do know this. Quarterback play in the Pac-12 is going to be better than anywhere else in the country from top to bottom. So it's going to be highly competitive. You're trying to find some advantages. I think Washington has the advantages on the outside with their receivers, and I like their front 7 on defense, so I'm going to go with Washington.
I love the Huskies. It's who I'm cheering for with my heart. I will choose USC here. But I would love to be wrong, and I would love for the Huskies to beat USC and to win the Pac-12 because I'm a big Penix fan. So there it is. Those are your kind of our OTB lead horses in the other conferences. Real quick, I do want to remind you, go to AgTip Baton Rouge, agtipbr.com. Take control of your comfort zone. AgTip of Baton Rouge. The reviews online are incredible, y'all. You go look it up. I mean, we're talking 5 stars, right? 4.9 Google review ratings, over thousands of reviews. They say service to the highest degree, right? It's kind of their core ethos. And they don't just talk that talk, they walk the walk. So experience it for yourself. You're going to thank me later. If you're in the market for a whole home generator, $1,000 off if you buy from AgTip right now, as well as free whole home surge protection. So AC, heating, electrical, get the best. Get AgTip of Baton Rouge, AgTipBR.com. Also a great place to work, man. And just in a matter of a couple of months, Jake, the apprenticeship program gets you up and ready to go and making good money. So check that out as well. Do we have Susan Boyle? Taylor. Okay, sorry. I know I have a lot on you, and do we have Trey Morgan as well? I want to know if I can throw to these. Okay, you got, my man.
I was wondering why you wrapped that up so quick. You got the Susan Boyle ready in your mind. You can't get it out of your mind.
In case you forgot, here is Susan Boyle on Britain's Got Talent, taking the internet by storm circa 06, maybe?
2009.
2009? Okay, yeah, hit it.
My name is Susan Boyle.
Okay, Susan, where are you from?
I am from Blackburn near Bathgate, West Lothian.
It's a big town.
It's a sort of collection of villages. I had to think there.
And how old are you, Susan?
I am 47. And that's just one side of me.
Okay, what's the dream?
I'm trying to be a professional singer.
And why hasn't it worked out so far, Susan?
I've never been given the chance before, but here's hoping it'll change.
Okay, and who would you like to be as successful as?
Elaine Page.
Elaine Page.
Like
what are you going to sing tonight?
I'm going to sing I Dreamed a Dream from the Miserables.
Okay. Big song.
Yeah? Yes.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by. When purpose my life was living.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No.
I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. I was young and unafraid. When dreams are made and used and wasted, there was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted, but the tigers come with their voices soft as thunder. As eternal dreams to Still I dream it come to me. I dream we live our lives together.
Dude, still to this day, goosebumps from Susan Boyle. That's one of my favorite songs of all time, Jake. That would be in my top 5 favorite songs. There's so many good renditions. The original Les Mis, the Anne Hathaway movie Les Mis version is fantastic, and I will always love how cocky Simon and everybody else is in that clip before Susan Boyle blows him away. As Ben Levy says, that is a very agrarian-looking woman right there for sure. But yeah, Eugene, she's a beast, dude. Blown away. So there you go. 2 broke girls. Now the joke makes sense, right? She's lacking the star power of a Susan Boyle. Hey, now I want to play from the box. This is a special moment between Trey Morgan and his dad. Of course, Trey Morgan having a fantastic regional, fantastic super regional. He's played so hurt at LSU, played through so many injuries, knee braces on. He had an incredible freshman year. He's kind of been trying to refine. He's always been very good, right? But trying to reform, find that incredible freshman form, and it feels like the last couple of weekends he has. And here was a moment that him and his old man shared Sunday night.
Congratulations. You deserve it. Y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. Worked hard. First game, big fella, big fish, I told you. Big fish, Gamma Road. Big South Opportunity Incorporated.
Speaking of goosebumps, dude, that's what it's all about right there, bro. I know every parent is probably a bit jealous watching, like, and it's not just sports, right? You want anything your kid do. You just want them to find that level of success, and you could tell how much it meant to him, right? 3 years of fighting for that goal, which is preceded by a lifetime of fighting to even get to the stage to reach that goal. And now the Tigers finally going to Omaha and Tennessee first on that list. Saturday night, man, 6 p.m.
Yep, he's in that crew of Dylan Cruz and Morgan and Thompson that deserve to be in Omaha, deserve to go at least once in their career. They've played a lot of good baseball, and there's others, certainly. I mean, we talked about it yesterday with Travinsky and Beloso and Dugas, and right, the entire crew. And that's what makes it so cool, is it's a very deserving group. It's a group that has gone to work. They've put their head down. They don't complain. They don't care who's doing it as long as someone gets it done.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you can have a situation where you insert a Travinsky, a Beloso, regardless of how bad it's been. They just answer the call, and this team has done it time and time again.
And you know, I got to say, man, I kind of love that it's Saturday night. Because Saturday night in LSU sports just go hand in hand. You saw it last Saturday night in the box, just that weird environment that could be recreated nowhere else, where fans had been waiting anxiously for 9 hours. They still stuck around for the 9 p.m. first pitch. 6 p.m., that's light work, easy work for the purple and gold. And yeah, the Johnny-come-latelys, the cosplayers, the fake boys, the bandwagon Tennessee volunteers, it's time to teach him about Omaha, okay? The OG's got to teach him a lesson. The old lion teaching the young cub. Derek Jeter teaching Zion Williamson how an NDA works, okay? That's what needs to go down this Saturday night in Omaha. Love it, dude. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
OTB, OT.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys at Get Gordon is where you can find them on all social medias and stay up to date with the latest that they have going on over there. A lot of great content with some of your favorite athletes, members of the G team. You can check out the Grub with G series where he sits down with like Mason Smith, Blage, Angel, right? And you learn what makes these players tick, what has led them to so much success. Trey Morgan, we just saw it. What's TJ? He's a member of the G team, okay? So the godfather of NIL, getting it done for your favorite athletes. But if you see somebody's going to fight for you in the courtroom, 225-888-8888.
Hey, Gavin Guidry, also a member of that G team. We saw what he did coming in and closing the game for the Tigers, and Gordon can close for you. Go to getgordon.com, the website right there. You can have a live chat with an agent on the website. If you can't get to a phone right now, you can check out a list of cases they can handle for you. All that information on the site. But area code in Louisiana, followed by the 8s, 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal.
Hey, it's Hunt. Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West on the Tigers and Sharif Ishak on the Tigers. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
.104.5 ESPN and Acura Baton Rouge want to know, how rad is your dad? Upload a picture of your dad doing dad things to 1045 ESPNBatonRouge.com now through June 15th for a chance to win him a charter fishing trip for 4, courtesy of LouisianaCharterFishing.com. We'll choose a winner at random on June 16th. Happy Father's Day from Acura Baton Rouge, LouisianaCharterFishing.com, and 1045 ESPN.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Oh, this is wild, dude. A video of Aaron Gordon after the game in the streets with the fans. You can't see it now. He's in the middle of this mob right now. My man just went out straight, took the celebration to the streets, shirtless, hanging. He's got a little Grealish in him.
I was about to say, it's cool. It's not Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish was in his full kit at 6 a.m. the next morning after winning the Champions League and still is on a bender right now. Someone said, hey, we get it, but you have to report to England this weekend. Just remember that for international duty.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, let that man enjoy the treble.
He is, which you should.
Did I get any credit?
No.
Why?
Because there's a weekend winner yesterday.
Yeah, but it's not even the. Oh crap! What do they call it when it's the English treble? Is that what it's called when it's not Champions League as well?
Yeah, FA Cup.
Yeah,
Premier League, UCL.
Screw Man City, dude. Bums.
They're not that bad. They're not Liverpool. Or maybe
yeah, I guess they don't really have much emotion for Man City. That's fine. That's fair. Okay, so look, whether it's Aaron Gordon, whether it's Jack Grealish, championships matter, and they are the things that make you immortal. They're the things that you fight for your entire life. You're seeing Nuggets fans now get to enjoy them. Pelicans fans would desperately love to enjoy that. And yesterday, Shams was reporting that he believes that the Pelicans could be involved in a move to move up to 2 or 3 potentially to get Scoot Henderson. Mario, tell us a little more about the Pelicans report.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Some people that cover the Pelicans have been hinting at least their interest in Scoot for a while now, but it would take something pretty massive. So Charlotte's picking number 2, Portland is picking number 3, and Portland reportedly wants to make a trade not of Dame Lillard, but to build the team around Dame Lillard. So that might be a possibility too if the Pelicans want to trade into the top 3. We know Charlotte already has LaMelo Ball, who plays the same position as Scoot Henderson. So reports are saying that they might prefer somebody like Brandon Miller out of Alabama, but a lot of moving parts there. At the end of the day, if the Pelicans do want to move up into the top 3, they're going to have to give up something pretty significant. In my opinion, it would have to be one of their 2 stars in Zion or BI.
That sounds crazy. You would have to give up Zion or BI for an unknown quantity?
Yeah, it's still
known quantity for unknown?
Yeah, top 3 pick. I mean, it's a valuable pick. Obviously, this player is highly thought of.
Would he play more than 20 games?
Is top 3 in the NBA, though? Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, I guess that's true. Maybe Zion's not that valuable right now.
I mean, but to your point, you're coming in. If the Pelicans do this would be a young player under a lot of pressure. I know the Pelicans don't have like championship aspirations, but they're expecting to at least make the playoffs.
I think that seems pretty dumb for anybody not named Wembanyama. Now, I thought maybe it'd be like some of the other pieces that you definitely don't necessarily want to let go, but then packaged with a ton of trade picks. I cannot fathom that it would be one of the big 2. But I guess we'll continue to eye it and see if the Pelicans do want to find themselves. The Nuggets are. Well, Zion's gonna.
I could be wrong. There are always suckers. Like I didn't think the Pelicans had enough to get Boogie Cousins a few years ago. I honestly didn't think they had enough to get C.J. McCollum. Just giving up Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Josh Hart. So you never know with these kind of things. But I would think it would have to be one of those 2 guys.
You have Scout Without Clout. Nice name there inside the Value 4 chat. Sounds like Pels are going to do it. Probably Ingram plus the 14th pick to move up 12 spots. Has to do with the new CBA. Scoot is a great prospect, though. Was my number 1 on the board. Was also teammates with Dyson Daniels last year.
Yeah.
Damn, getting rid of your known all-star, though. For what? I mean, are you that turned off by
I
him
think I would
struggling to
move
come back from
Zion
injury?
before I moved BI.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
I agree. As crazy as that is, I think Brandon Ingram took some flack this year. I know he only played in the 41 games. Reports said that some teammates were frustrated with him, but
definitely.
he's still, in terms of playing, being available, and being consistent, the best player on the team. I mean, they don't even make the play-in spot without what he did the last 10 games.
Well, and he's gotten way, way better at closing out games. Like he's very good at the fourth. He wants the ball in his hands. You can see him take over. So I don't know. We'll see. It's all. It would feel like a step back if you were suddenly to move BI, whereas you still feel pretty damn strong if everybody's just healthy and like you just add some sort of shooting somewhere around them.
Yeah, I'd be shocked that they moved Brandon Ingram. I'd still be pretty shocked that they moved Zion, but that seems a little bit more likely. I mean, Brandon Ingram was at the Nuggets game last night with Willie Green and Herb Jones. There were pictures of them going around.
You can't. I mean, and also you still. You can't move Zion. Zion has to make it or fail here.
Does he?
The nightmare scenario of moving him and then having him succeed elsewhere is too horrifying.
Yeah, but at least you'd have something in return as well. I'm not saying you do move him, but if I'm choosing between the 2. BI's an all-star. What Mario said, down the stretch, he got you in the play-in game.
Oh,
Zion
I'm not
was
moving
watching.
either. Bro, I'm not moving either for a rookie, to be painfully clear.
Well,
like,
I mean,
I'm not moving either
a
one.
rookie, but a rookie that's played professional basketball the last 2 years.
Yeah.
That's fair. But I'm talking about I'm not moving a known NBA all-star in Brandon Ingram.
Right.
And a guy who we know can be an all-star if he just plays.
Yeah,
like
but that can is.
Yeah, no, I agree. But
the can's this long.
But it didn't cost you anything to get Zion, so I don't need anything in return. Like you're giving up way too much. You won a ping pong race to get Zion. I didn't give up. I didn't buy. I didn't pay for Zion. Again, the nightmare of him going elsewhere and then getting healthy and playing MVP level. You will never get over that. You will never get over that if you move him and he works out. It's way easier to swallow him just flaming out here and never working.
Yeah, especially a franchise like the Pelicans.
I don't know. I don't know if you're in the position to just do that. And also you're paying him like he's about to start collecting a max deal here pretty soon just to watch. He's a spectator. You're paying him to come to your games and watching the Smoothie King Center. So I get what you're saying, T. It's like the Embiid. But we have more – I think we have more examples of the other than Joel Embiid not playing and then becoming who he is.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't think it's cut and dry. I think I get what you're saying.
I'm not expecting Zion to make it. there's no way in hell I'm moving him.
I'm with you.
Because also you're not going to get a good price. Like if he does work out.
Yeah, but to Hester's point, this might be the highest his value ever is. If you keep going down the path that he is, you might not have an opportunity like this. But I do agree with you. This isn't a Greg Oden situation. Like when Zion plays, he's generationally good. And this is the first year his max contract's even kicking in. So we'll see if he can finally stay healthy.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know that I'd move him. But
would you trade Zion for Dame?
Straight up, or do I have to give up a pick too?
Just straight up.
Oh yeah, easily.
I would not do it.
I'm not trading him, dude. I'm riding with Big Z.
Either way, the next 12 days or however many days leading up to the NBA draft is going to be really interesting. With this report, with Damian Lillard being in Portland, we'll see if he stays, if they do actually build around him. Like, it's going to be an exciting NBA news cycle.
So do y'all actually think this is going to happen? I think there is no shot, even if they get the number 3, that they trade Ingram or Zion.
I'm with you.
Look at some of the picks that are.
I don't know a ton.
Look at some of the picks that this happens with. I mean, yeah, sure, you got Ingram from the Lakers for trading for Anthony Davis, but he was an unknown at that point. I mean, teams don't trade big-time superstars for draft picks. It doesn't happen. I mean, you could give up Jonas Valanciunas in your next 2 to 3 number 1 picks. That would be enough. You're not going to have to trade. You're not going to have to.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
You're not going to have to do this.
That's more the shape of the deal that I would expect more.
You're not going to have to do this.
Yeah, and if there's any world you can keep BI and Zion, then you definitely really explore this, but I just don't think that's
the case. Like I'm selfish. I'm greedy because I don't want to give up Herb because his potential remains kind of high. Definitely don't want to give up Trey Murphy because his potential is maybe higher than or as high as anybody else in the roster. So we'll see. We'll see over the next couple of days.
82 career games for Zion in 3 seasons.
Hell yeah. That's 1 season. Out of 3. Batting 333, baby. Hall of Fame.
So he's basically missed 2 full seasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm fully aware. Fully aware.
So he's played 33.3% of the available games.
Yeah. But he's a dad now. Okay? Maturity, advanced, dad powers, everything else that we talked about. And he looked fantastic in the gender reveal video. Everybody's so focused on how thick Mariah Mills is. How about how unthick Zion was?
I get it, but I feel like we've seen that in like 2 or 3 different videos the last couple off seasons. They're like, oh, Zion slimmed down. He's done this.
Yeah,
but he didn't look slim at the end of the year.
No, I get it. But it's
old boy was warming up, sweating like
I've heard it before though, and he's
like
still
a whore
not
in church, dude. He was hurt.
Yeah, I've made a promise to myself over the summer. I'm not going to get excited for any pictures of Zion or for any workout videos of Michael Thomas. Not until they're on the court / field playing will I get excited about either one of those guys.
See, I'm going the opposite. I'm buying into both, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go.
We did this last year.
Once more into the fray.
Was that at the end of last year or the very beginning of this year when he was – no, it was the play-in game last year. Zion's looking good. He's shredded. He's 360 dunking in warm-ups. He still wasn't on the court.
Yeah, but
I don't care how good he looks in pictures.
But he didn't actually look that good. He looked like a thick, sweaty mess.
He was good enough to go out there and put on a little show.
Because he's a freak, he can still 360 dunk when he's a big, sweaty mess, but he did not look like he was in great shape.
He's healthy, but when he feels like Zion is
that's
when
what
he's
I'm
gonna
saying.
go out there and
That's what I'm
play.
saying. How long's he been healthy? Like, is this even a health or physical fitness thing, or is this just him not wanting to play?
No, I mean, David Griffin basically told us it was him not doing his conditioning.
Yeah.
Like not handling his business.
And he showed some immaturity during that whole that whole process. Let's not lie. Like all the stuff on Twitter has come out, but the timing of him to do that interview before the play-in game, him saying he can't play but still going out there and doing 360 dunks, like these are things that are very easily avoidable. That makes the team's life a lot harder.
I can just tell you, being in a professional locker room, if I had a teammate to that caliber and he wasn't out there with me and he said he's healthy, and look, mental health is important. It incredibly important. But if he said that, he's not out there with us, and then he goes out there and 360 dunks, like we would have an issue.
Yeah,
like we'd have to be like, hey, we got to sit down. We got to have a real conversation.
CJ called him out after the year. As McCollum's talking about how I'm out here playing with. I mean, not as many. It was a subtweet of a call out, but he did When he was talking about how, I'm out here playing with a broken hand. I could have had surgery forever ago. I kept going.
Yeah, and there's a small chance the organization is fed up. We had this talk the other day, and I thought that would be dumb. I thought that would be hypocritical if you trade Zion right now for, immaturity issues. But there's a chance that is the case, and they're exploring avenues to maybe do that.
No, I absolutely don't want to trade him over the girl thing. I don't care about that at all. That's just funny.
That might have just been, cherry on top of everything we were just discussing.
But, also, a front office could look at that and say, man, this was going on when you were supposed to be rehabbing and supposed to be in the building. And if you did have some mental health things, we could have helped you during that if you would have let us know. I mean, there's resources throughout professional sports that could have helped you at least get on maybe a different path.
I just hope that Mariah can get him back in shape come season time. All right, when we get back, let's close out OTB.
OTB, OT.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Explore the huge collection over there at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You can also actually, with All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge Express, you can buy right there from the website. You can check out the incredible deals. I prefer to go in and test drive and see what they got on the lot and custom order, and that's how you end up in the Murden Out Mini. That's how you could end up in the tanned out Tundra. Doesn't seem like a very cool truck color, but you could if you want, or it's a Tacoma. Whatever. The point is, you can get whatever you want from your friends over there at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
The silvered out Sequoia?
Yeah, sure. The Radiant RAV4.
Okay.
Camo Camry.
I was trying to think. I was trying to go Camry. Look, the thing.
Camry.
Always with the puns. Just go rent a Toyota today. Drive up to Omaha. Support the Tigers. Go find it at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
We're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs.
Life is here. It's also Blue Moonlight Sky Citrus Sweet. Who would win in arm wrestling, Jake or T-Bob? I've included all the 1045 staff, but I don't think anyone else has a chance. I mean, you're never going to get me saying not me, and I think Jake's probably the same boat. I will say this. In things like arm wrestling, hand size can actually be a pretty damn big advantage. So it'd be a close run.
I think we would both pop our bicep before we gave up.
Yeah. And I always think about that Tosh 0.0 video where the woman's elbow gets dislocated.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I don't like watching arm wrestling
Who
for
would
that
be
reason.
third? Who would be third on the staff? So you got to choose between Otter, Matt, Hoont.
I think Matt. It depends on if Matt's in like. Sometimes Matt gets in like. I feel like Matt is a big skip leg day guy. Like, you know, he just wants to like bench press and like do curls. So I'd probably guess Matt. I mean, hey, bro, that's former O-lineman. Calic High. In the trenches, dude.
Yeah, I remember his last game well. It was against Evangel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what would help if you're doing arm wrestling? A little HRT, a little hormone replacement therapy from Rejuve Medical. Make you feel younger, faster, stronger. Roll out of bed with energy. Roll into bed with energy. RejuveMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuve me. They got locations in Baton Rouge, in Metairie, in Slidell, now in Shreveport as well. And while you're in there, ask about the metabolization optimization. RejuveMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuve me.
I would love to see Hanny arm wrestle. I would just the face he would
Hanny
make.
and Ott arm wrestling.
I know.
Would be all time good.
Put odds on it too.
Put odds on it, you said?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all watch out for the snakehead fish.
What?
Invasive Asian fish species, but apparently it's delicious. If you see it, kill it. Need it.
OTB. OT.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.